tonight. If I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home.
All right, good evening, folks. We're live tonight here with Hometown Heroes. And I tell you what, we got some special things here tonight for our Gambler Motorsports pre-race show. I got Roger and John up here in the booth with me. Guys, man, it's going to be a good night tonight.
Oh, absolutely. These trucks and the Legends car, it's going to be an action-packed night to get things started here tonight.
Well, what you got here, Roger? I know we got a few drivers that you want to, get a talk into. We got some things going to happen tonight. And as people, yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Those are not dirt cars, but they are dirt trucks. They call them the jumpy trucks here. But we're going to see some crazy things with these things out here.
Yeah, and we just pulled a guy up that's been out working, and he's a Cali boy, so he's from California, and I think these things run a little more out the West Coast. So Terry Landis, you got your ears on there, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead, Roger.
So how are they on the track tonight? How are things going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I just pulled it out of the hauler and got it on the track, and I'm only 14th fastest, but the track's a little worn out already, so I think we'll be fast.
So you got these, you're running that low line just like you run everything else yet?
I'll tell you what, these things you can really just lift the left front tire over a whole bunch of them. On the low side.
Should be fun to watch you.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Good luck. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, thanks.
That was Terry Landis. He's been a long time original member and I think the first champion we had when we started the league. So good to see Terry out tonight.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah, I've been trying to get John Short if he ever would come up on the penalty report, which he never does. Instead of giving Terry a heat EOL, I was wanting to give him a must run on the high side EOL kind of thing. Make him run top shelf the whole night.
Yeah, that would hurt him more than EDOL.
Yep.
Well, John, you mentioned earlier that you came out here and tested these trucks a little bit. What kind of things do you think we're going to see here with these trucks on there? Now, I've done a broadcast before with the league that actually, did the rally courses with them and did a couple of the asphalt and dirts with them. So a little bit familiar with the truck. But what did you see when you went out there and tested?
I spent about an hour in them earlier today testing and helping Carson Cherry, which got to give a quick shout out. He's sitting P3 here in practice, so I think I might have helped him a little more than hurt him. But boy, I tell you, these things are it's like driving a brick around here. They're just like a tank. And the crossover, I think tonight if we watch for crossovers, I think is going to be a big part of what you see tonight, which really makes it for fun racing. But these things, like I said, that tank, if they drive them like tanks, they're going to be leaning on each other and probably putting a pretty good show and keeping you kind of busy trying to call all the action tonight.
Sounds good to me. I love some rubbing and racing on short tracks now, because that's usually what kind of short tracks to me, look out for. So, Roger, man, I tell you, we got some good drivers out here tonight. For a Gambler Gambler Motorsports pre-race show here, folks. If you don't know who Gambler Motorsports is, they're an awesome race team throughout. They're on the iRacing platform. They do oval dirt, the legendary. They do the legendary endurance of the 24 hours of Le Mans and Daytona. So check them out on Facebook, Gambler Motorsports. Who else we maybe got to chit chat with here for a little bit?
We're going to bring in, this is one of the guys, Key. Everybody coming into the league knows this name, and he's our VP of recruiting, Bill Calder. So, Bill, I see you're out in the track tonight. How's it going, buddy?
Well, I thought I'd give it a try, Roger. I've been bootlegging thing for too long. I got to start getting back into this.
Yeah, I hear you. It's so Bill has been doing our recruiting, and all those posts you see on Facebook are a result of Bill Calder's work every day, pumping those things out. But he was laid up for a couple of seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, with waiting for foot surgery. So how's that foot working tonight?
You know, you don't often hear this, Roger, but that foot surgery was 100% perfect. My foot is excellent, not cramping up on me anymore. There's absolutely no pain, and I'm ready to get back into this stuff now.
So does that mean we're going to see you on the podium tonight, buddy?
Oh, I might be passing it while you're taking the picture.
Yeah, okay. Well, good luck tonight, and we'll be watching for 325 and see how you make out.
Well, thanks a lot, Roger. I appreciate it. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Well, there you go. Hey, old Bill, man, I tell you what, it's good to see him out here racing. I know, Roger, sometimes you always talk about the older gentlemen in here and the age difference that it is. Normally in most leagues, the young guys are what dominate, but here in GForce racing, I don't know if the term, a lot of the older guys are what kind of dominate.
Well, with one exception, Joe, and you know who that is.
Yeah, I know.
The mayor of Cedar Lake, and issued a challenge. I did a Facebook Live post today, and was challenging young Lane Snuck to see how he's going to do with these trucks and if he can handle them. But I know we'll be seeing him near the front tonight. That's for sure. Oh,
absolutely, and I tell you, it's going to be fun. Just to see how well these trucks, get around here. I'm watching some of the practice right now, and the guys look like they're pretty stable as far as the trucks go. John mentioned there before, they're like tanks. Well, they're probably really tight. Not so much of a, sliding around. Now, these are the Pro 2 lights, and if I'm not mistaken, from my understanding, and I'm not 100% on it, I had to learn a little bit. The difference between the trucks is one's four-wheel drive, one's two-wheel drive, if I'm not mistaken on that. So I'm not sure which one this one is.
This is the two-wheel drive. It's the free one. The guys don't have to spend any money to acquire that. That's why we've been running with these Pro Lights. And
the reason I bring that up is because then it's going to be a point of, if it's the two-wheel drive, it might be a little easier to throw that thing into the turn as opposed to you don't have those front wheels turning. With a four-wheel drive, and I know you've got a heck of a lot of grip, and that thing probably would plow like a truck going into the turn. It probably wouldn't slide I wouldn't think it would slide as easy, let's say it that way, going to the turn, as opposed to maybe the two-wheel drive where you can maybe kick it around a little bit.
Yeah, these things, you can throw them into the corner and get them to slide a lot more aggressive than pretty much any dirt car that we have. I mean, like the 410s tonight, for instance, those cars will turn themselves. You don't really have to put a whole lot of wheel into it. And even the legends that we'll see after this, it's not a whole lot of wheel. These things, you can really get aggressive on how your corner entry and how hard you throw it in there, and it actually, personally, I think makes a lot of fun because you can just kick that back out and really drift through the corner with that power.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that one. That's what I'm saying. I would be interesting on, like I say, we go back to the four-wheel versus two-wheel, because like what you just said, being able to throw it in a turn, you'd still be able to do it with the four-wheel drive one. But I would think that those two front tires would try to dig and catch. I mean, that's just naturally what four wheels would do, is to give you traction in there. So but if I'm not mistaken, too, the four-wheel drive I think has a tad bit more power. So again, I was trying to learn a lot about what these trucks are because they fairly are new. They've been out for what? I don't know if it's been a year now. I think they've been out. When they first came out, obviously I did a league with them, and so I tried to read up a little bit on them.
Yeah, I don't think they've been around that long. In fact, I've done a couple of like Crandon is a great track to go, and I haven't really used them a whole lot on the oval side. I think I've even done them once on an oval asphalt. Was a lot of fun that you can throw those cars in and then do the same thing, light the back tires up and drift through the corners and all that kind of stuff. So the four-wheel drive, I think you have a pretty interesting point. Boy, that would be it would be a little bit different in how you can drive it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just physics, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, basically is between 2 and the 4. So over here, we're at a Gambler Motorsports pre-race show. I'll get it out in a minute here, folks. But had a good one so far. We've got to talk to a couple of the drivers out here. Should be rolling into qualifying here pretty soon. Definitely want to give a shout out to iRacing League Manager for our they hold our standings and all. And really early in the season, but some guys, they still want to, concentrate on the standings and whatnot, where they are in points, because that's going to heat up. But if you're new to the night, Roger, what special we got here tonight? I know last week we did the first responders. This week I think we got, what is that? I know you mentioned it earlier, and I totally forgot.
This is Throwback Wednesday, so every time the legends come into town, it's Throwback Wednesday. So we've got them coming up next, and of course with them it's Throwback Wednesday, and everybody's we're coaxing everybody to get some throwback paints, and people can vote on their favorite paint in that session, and they can go to GForceRL.com, go to the Hometown Heroes page, and there's a spot there where they can pick the paint, as we call it, and the winner of that will get a $10 iRacing credit, and they will go in for the final 3 on championship night. The legends will be back for their 4th time. We'll have the 3 winners, and everybody will vote for the winner of the 3 winners, and they will get a custom-made T-shirt from Epsilon Sprint Wraps. So
nice.
Yeah, that's so. And then to finish the night off, we got the Scott Hurwitz Realtor 410 Bandits. They're back in town again tonight, and should put on a great show.
Yeah, I like the 410s. Like John mentioned earlier on, you kind of just throw them in there. And, one of the good things that you can kind of do here, I've done a couple times, while I waited before the broadcast, starts up, is you can hit the little test button. You can actually go out and drive and kind of, don't have to worry about hitting anybody because you'll go straight through them. But I did step into the 410, and I could see where that thing just kind of just slides on its own. You basically just kind of control it in the turn. So kind of interesting there. But you already see right here on the track, I was watching some good 3-wide action happening right there. Guys are able to not get into each other. There you go, a little bump and run. So I was watching those right there.
And with these trucks, as stable as they are, I think you're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff tonight. So buckle up, and as Larry Mack used to say on those NASCARs, pull those those belts tight one more time. That's what we're going to have tonight.
There you go. Well, we're going to wrap it over here to the VRM Wraps qualifying session. VRM Wraps, a new sponsor coming on board here tonight, and if you want to look good on the track, check them out. They are a full service for all your iRacing paint needs there, and they got several painters across the U.S. who specialize in multiple paint styles across all car types. So not just dirt. I mean, if you've got oval and in the road course, definitely can make you look good. Check them out on Facebook. VRM Wraps qualifying session here. See who puts this thing on pole here tonight.
We get a few times. Well, look, there's the mayor right over the top.
There you go.
Wasn't fastest in qualifying, but now he's up top. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it. He had a quick time there of 18:16 with an 18:25 a Nicholas victory, and Daniel Vault says, "Never mind, I'm gonna take that away from you."
Daniel's my teammate. Good to see that up front. Hopefully that holds up there. But boy, it's pretty tight up front there. Look at all those 02, 06, 06. that's some close competition.
As you're right there, it's going to be very hard to pass at the track. Usually with lap times, you can tell a lot by lap times. A lot of folks are like, well, how do you go about knowing whether or not a track's going to be tough to pass or not? Look at the lap times. If you're within a couple hundreds, a couple thousands of each other, it's going to be very, very tough to pass. Usually you won't see somebody just coming barreling through the field. I say that a lot in NASCAR because especially if there's only a couple hundred separating the field, sure, over time they'll spread out because that's just how the time works, but you usually don't see somebody just running through the field there. So same thing as it works in dirt.
Yeah, and the real tight field, that might mean some guys might have to use their bumper to get around guys tonight. So like I said, it's going to be a pretty interesting night. I think pretty entertaining overall. The one thing about these two, when they get going and get racing, you look for guys to try to keep their momentum up. I know we talk about the 305s when they're here about bogging. These trucks don't bog very much. It's a matter of rolling through the center and keeping momentum up. So the guy that can keep their momentum through the center of the corner the best is the guy that's probably going to be out front most of the night.
There we go. So get insight on what it is. And I agree with you on that one. We was talking about it earlier because with them being tight like they are, very tough to do. So I tell you, Daniel Vault out front doing this one. Yeah, Roger, any way we can get a hold of maybe our Daniel Vault right now and you can get a word with him? Pole sitter out there?
Yeah, let's see if I can grab. Can you grab him? Johnny's a teammate of yours, so
yeah, let me see if I can grab him.
Yeah, we got. We'll talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, we jumped right into heat racing. But
we're right in the heat. I'm gonna just be quiet now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say if he wasn't in the first heat, we still could bring him up here, but he's in the first one. Maybe we'll bring him up here right after him. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what brings us in A&J Custom Creations heat race number 1. Right now, and you know, we talk about A&J Custom Creations week in and week out. Those guys definitely, Andy Patton does a outstanding job with his plaques and trophies. Check him out on GForceRL.com and definitely check him out on Facebook. But A&J Custom Creations Heat Race 1, who we got out front here tonight, Roger?
On the pole, we got from Hamilton, Ontario, Dan McLaren. And on the outside from Fulton, New York, Kyle Parker with Spartan Racing. And then the mayor of Cedar Lake, 12-year-old Lane Snook, will be starting P3, and Dan Vaught with the fast time will be in P4. And then we got one of the big dirt mod drivers, AJ Albreda, and Zach Chapman, and Bill Calder, who we talked to, is going to be starting at the back of that pack.
Absolutely, so looking good. I know it's kind of cool little feature there. You can see the fans on the back kind of moving on the car, or in the truck. That's kind of neat. Neat to see.
And we need to point out Bill Calder's truck. I know the throwback competitions and the legends, but the Jurassic Park vehicle, now that's cool.
Yes, it is. Fitting for tonight here. So get set to go green flag. We'll see who's going to put this one out front here tonight. Got a lot of great names. Now Kyle Parker there. I wonder how comfortable he feels in one of these things as opposed to, the 305 or, we know how he is in a super late model.
Joe, we run a matinee league with these jumpy trucks, as we call them, and they run a few like dirt tracks, and they'll run their normal, the dirt with all the jumps and stuff. And Kyle's been pretty. He's been right at the top of that, so he's in a comfort zone here.
Okay, sounds good. Here we go. Dan McLaren out front, Kyle Parker there along with him. Daniel Vault, we was talking about him putting it on pole earlier tonight. Lane Snook here, who has pretty much dominated the series. Struggled a little bit last week. He won one of them though, but the other two come up just a little short on him. We'll have to see how well he does here in these trucks. Zach Chapman, AJ Albreda. I think that's right?
That's right. Yep, we
deal.
Checked with them.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that last week, and actually we found out we were saying it right all along. So Bill Calder, they're going to round us out in 7th. There we go.
Turn 1 should be pretty interesting. These guys probably for the first time are going to go into it as a pack in these trucks. So look for everybody to be a little uncomfortable in turn one anyway.
See what happens here as green flag flies in RC 3 wide action. Top 4 goes to the feature 4 wide coming in. You can do it. We normally say don't go down there and get over the tires. Well, with these trucks, you can get down there and go over the tires. It's almost like you say you're off-roading with this thing. It's not really going to upset these trucks as much as it would a sprinting car. But Lane Snook already in trouble back in 6. We see it there. So sitting in the 3rd and 4th place, you got AJ there. Albreda, who takes over the spot over Vault. Vault sitting in the 3rd. It's a good battle between those two.
Yeah, we might have found Lane's kryptonite there for a minute there, but it looks like he's recovering now and starting to kind of reel back through here.
Watching that battle in front of him as he sees, and that's the thing, you're going to slow him up there. You got Albreda down low, Vault right there along with him. Those two are tangling a little bit out front. McLaren, he's got Parker all over the back end. Every one of these trucks, we were talking about the lap times there, and here's what happens with the lap times. Everybody's just on top of each other. Guys down low, middle, high. Don't really see a dominant lane yet.
No, there doesn't appear to be, and that's a good sign. I mean, so we'll get some good side-by-side racing for the night. Just looks like it's really pretty even, whether you're on the top or the bottom.
Got right now, you got Albreda pulling up in the 2nd place. Kyle Parker right there in 3rd. He's battling alongside there with Albreda. Those two are mixing it up. In the meantime, McLaren out front leading this thing. Vault hanging on to 4th. Lane Snook trying to get back up there. He's I don't know. It's tough. Like you said, with these trucks right now, it just seems like nobody can get a distinctive advantage out front.
Yeah, he may be faster than the guys. We don't know that because he doesn't have anywhere to go. There's the track's blocked in front of him, and you can't very well drive through, guys.
Well, there you go. That's what he needed. Trouble.
Yep.
Albreda got turned just a little bit right there, all the way back to 6th. Snuck up in the 3rd. Kyle Parker. Those two are going to go door to door with the white flag. Daniel Vault's back in 4th. Out front still Dan McLaren. Look out. The battle's on for 2nd out of turn number 2. There one more time in it. Down to 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race to the line between Parker and Snook. Who's going to get it? Looks like Snook's going to edge him out of 4 and get that 2nd place. But Dan McLaren's going to win it here for A&J Custom Creations. Heat race 1.
How many times last week did we see that? Somebody well up in a transfer position have problems with a lap or 2 to go, and then end up in the alphabet soup just in a blink of an eye.
Awesome. And you're right. And it can happen so fast on dirt. We saw it a lot last week. Really exciting. But that brings us up to heat race number 2. Howard Hanna Real Estate here. And I'm going to tell you, I love really saying this. The #1 family-owned and operated independent broker in the U.S. And in order to get that distinction, these guys definitely absolutely have to know what they're doing. And Scott Hurwitz, check him out. Get a hold of him if you want to do anything. You want to sell something, buy something, anything to deal with real estate, whether it's commercial or residential. Check these guys out at Howard Hanna Real Estate. Heat race number 2. Who we got on pole? Who we got on the grid tonight?
Well, on the pole, we got from Cornwall, Ontario, we got Jeffrey Flero. And on his outside, from Hamilton, Ontario, GJ Boydell, the Iron Man of the league. Row 2. From New Hampshire, we got Aiden Young, Gambler Motorsports, and on his outside from Spartan Racing, Nick Vickery. Row 3, we got Andrew Smith and Jeff Barker from Brewerton, New York, and then we've got Sage Luther from Nebraska, I believe it is.
Okay, it looks like Sage did not grid up, so looks like he's going to have to run that the main here to see if he can't get in. Pace truck's pulling him around. Let's see if old Flero up front can get it done. GJ Boydell right there at Aiden Young. Nicholas Vickery and company got a lot of good names here in this one. Pace truck's pulling off. Good set of fields here so far. It's been a pretty good race with these old, like y'all say, with the jump trucks.
Yes, sir, and exactly what we expected too. A lot of side-by-side racing. I expect nothing any different this heat here.
And there's Pace trucks in. Get out of the way. These boys are setting sail. Green flag. Jeff Flero out front. Here we go. 3 wide. You can get about 4 wide at this track with these trucks. We've seen it earlier in practice. We've seen it a couple times here The Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat Race number 2. You already 3 wide for the second place. GJ Boydell, Nicholas Vickery, Andrew Smith and company. But meantime, Jeff's out front leading it.
Yeah, and but it's a fierce battle back there for that transfer spot. Those guys leaning on each other. I'd like to see what happens in the real world. The fenders fall off. That's what they're made to do.
They got the damage physics coming, so we'll have to see if they're able to implement that in later on. Good battle up front here for the lead. Aiden Young seeing if he can't get down low. He puts a slide job here on him, and is going to take that lead away from Flero. Flero's going to go back in the second. We got Andrew Smith hanging on the third. GJ Boydell, and a fight back there with Nicholas Vickery. Those two are going to take it door to door. A little contact, bumping and grinding going on in the back.
Aiden's really got that bottom line rolling. It looks like he actually almost pushes a little bit on corner entry, but he's really using that throttle just to hook the corner and starting to kind of pull away a little bit.
Single file right now. It usually won't last long here, especially with as close as these guys are and the kind of even as they are. Meantime, Aiden Young out front watching this battle here. GJ Boydell right there in the 4th place spot. He's got Nicholas Vickery. Everybody's kind of calmed down, went single file. So maybe, it looks like the low line might be the place that a lot of these guys are wanting to stay on.
Yeah, that looks like where they're hunting. Last race they were up top, so maybe they found something come in here temporarily. Right now we got a nice side-by-side battle for third. Give us a good look here. That top line, boy, they come off the corner and they get a nice run down the straight. Oh no!
Contact, he's upside down and then just gets destroyed. GJ Boydell. Wow, I was watching that one, and unfortunately he climbed the wall. White flag one more time for Aiden Young out front. He's got a pretty good lead over Flero right there in second. Nicholas Vickery, he's got Andrew Smith going to try to see if he can't claw his way up there to third. Checker flag. Aiden Young's going to win it here for the Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat Race number 2. Looks like Vickery's going to come home in third, and Flero there in second. Andrew Smith up in the 4th.
Once again, we got somebody up around that transfer spot, and a lap or 2 to go finds trouble. We are seeing this almost every heat race here, I think, for the last couple weeks.
Gotta love it. Makes for exciting finishes. Coast to Coast Sim Racing Team here. Heat race number 3 tonight. Coast to Coast C2C features some drivers from, well, coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada area. So definitely check these guys out here. They are a race team that's been part of GForce Racing League since the inception. So tonight they are heat race number 3 as we get set to grid these guys up.
On the poll, this one is a guy that John was working with earlier tonight, Carson Cherry, new to the league last week. So he's been picking momentum up all through the week. And on his outside, the wily old veteran Terry Landis. Row 2 has Blake Depinet and Field Miller. And then row 3, father-son combo from Naples, New York, Chris Whipple and son Wyatt. And did Garrett Pepiat grid? Looks like he did not.
He did not.
And he would have been a guy to watch for it, that's for sure.
Well, we get set here to go green. Carson Cherry out front. Landis right there along with him. Always like to see the family members. Like I said, Chris Whipple, Wyatt Whipple out there.
Green flag, green flag.
Phil Miller, here we go. Green flag. We're racing here. 3 wide up front already. A little bit of beating and banging behind them, though. You see Landis taking the lead, and actually is back there between, looks like Chris and Depinet. Is that what you said?
Depinet, yep.
Depinet, okay. Up there in third place. He's actually going to try to see if he can't claw his way up underneath old Phil Miller, who's moved it up into second.
He's looking low and got a car high. Hopefully we see, we got side-by-side for the front 2 and the 3rd and 4th.
Got action all over the track. Gotta love it. Like you said, right there first, Terry Landis out front, Miller right there in second, Blake sitting in third. Old Whipple says, I want that inside lane, and he's going to dive it down in there. No contact, but he was able to make that slide job move work.
Here comes the crossover. He's going to try to get under him coming out, and just doesn't quite get it.
Nope. Stepping it right there, trying to get on the inside again. Kind of maybe I thought he was going to get up there, maybe just put a little bumper to him. And I think that what we talked about before, that's what you got to do. Maybe get up there and put a little rubbin's racing. That's what that old saying was. And,
yeah, it looked like he's struggling a little bit with that momentum. He was kicking it pretty sideways and scrubbing a lot off the fourth place car. But those top four are now in a transfer spot. This is also somewhere along the lines you got to. I don't know if they're realizing that or not, but kind of be a little conservative. You're in the show.
It looks like Miller and Landis are really going at her for that lead.
Yeah, they are.
They are
side by side.
Boy, they're back and forth right now. Oh, Miller wants it. He's got it for a minute there. He's about to say, man, it's Miller time and take it up front for the lead. Terry Landis sitting in the top spot. That's our coast-to-coast heat race number 3 here, and we have got a good one with a battle for the lead. And actually, one heating up for second, third, too.
Now, look, leader up there, Terry, we were kidding earlier about him running the bottom, but he's on the top, and he's getting monster runs coming out of the corner. But it looks like with one to go, he's going to have to pick it up just a little bit to beat Field Miller back to the line.
Blake went down there, hit the tires, got a little sideways, came up, got it right into the side of Whipple. Whipple was able to hang on to that thing and still maintain in third. But coming around, Field Miller's got the lead. He's going to win the coast-to-coast heat race number 3 here. Landis going to come home in second. Depiet there in third, and Whipple Chris is going to come up in a 4th place. A good finish here to our heat race number 3. That brings up our B main. Yeah, no doubt. That's some good action all night. B main. We're so used to seeing C mains the last couple weeks, but we're back to the B main tonight. That is right. We're in the B main, right?
We're in the B main, and
we're in the B main.
Nobody goes home tonight. That's for the last 2 weeks we've been sending half the crew home. It's been feel bad when that happens, but on the pole here we got Zach Chapman. He's outside from Brewer, New York. Jeff Barker, and then Wyatt Whipple. I don't think Albreda is going to grid. I think he lost his connection. So then we got GJ Boydell and Carson Cherry, and the guy I call Willie, Bill Calder. Known Bill for years and years. So I think that's about it. I think everybody else did not make the grid.
This is a good opportunity.
We're watching right now and seeing. Sometimes it takes them a minute. It looks like Sage, Garrett, Albreda are the ones left to grid it up here.
Yeah,
and it's like what's that?
This is a good opportunity for them, because when nobody is going home, this is a good chance for you to try different lines out, figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You can really use this as a glorified testing session for that feature a little later.
No, I'm with you. I've said that a million times on several other ones, that when like you say, well, I'm kind of guaranteed in the feature, and you're going to. You have to run the Constellation anyways. Why not use it for a test session, see what line works, and so, because that's really all you can do as far as fixed setup. Now, open setup, you can use it, say, well, okay, what I need to do adjust on my setup. But when it comes to the fixed style, it's pretty much okay, what line do I need to use? How kind of work on your racecraft a little bit, driving more so than anything. But Zach Chapman out front, Jeffrey Barker there along with it, Wyatt Whipple, Carson Cherry. GJ and Bill Caldner. Here we go. Green flags about to fly. SBGC 3D printing. B main, green flag out front. Chapman gets a good jump here, but they're still 2x2 door to door coming out of the turn. And a little bit of contact. There's a lot of beating and banging.
Yes, sir. They get it all sorted out. They're coming out of 3 and 4 now, so that's good. Those trucks can take a licking and keep on ticking, like the old Timex commercial.
Absolutely. That's Bill Caldner in his T-Rex machine, Jurassic Park. Right now, he's trying to roar that thing to the front. It's not looking too good because they were beating up on him a little bit. He's out here digging. I like that. DJ up in the 4th place. He's got his hands full right there with Carson Cherry. As looks like Carson had to kind of get out of it a little bit. Usually when you see trucks don't look like they're rotating that well.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of over-rotating, got a little crossed up on his counter steering there, and it was a good catch by him, though, and Boydell definitely took advantage of that and got around him.
One thing I'm noticing, he's driving that thing, the last couple of laps, he's driving it more like you would on an asphalt track, not really sliding it going into the turns, just kind of, now there he's put a slide on it, but a couple laps before that, I noticed he was just kind of going a little bit straight in, and kills the momentum. Old Codner was around. Ouch. I'll try to get that thing squared back away here, as here comes the leader. Zach Chapman and company, is Jeffrey Barker still out front. Those two guys, air nose to tail, and you can see them right down on the bottom. I mean, you can run over them tires with this one and not really upset the truck.
And the legends, if you do that, you're going to go upside down and up the track.
Absolutely. Well, see right now, Chapman hanging on to it, Barker right there behind him. And if he can't close the deal here and take it away, as we've got our SBGC 3D B main here, it's a good one so far. GJ Boydell hanging on to the third place spot. Carson Cherry right there. Wyatt Whipple's back trying to see if he can't claw his way back up front. Bill Codner, he's out here just having some fun on the track there in his Jurassic Park mobile.
And I said earlier about the parts falling off. Bill came by the front stretch. That back fender is off, so I'm going to give him style points for that. I was wanting to see that.
That's it.
Now it looks like a bona fide jumpy truck.
No side. At least it don't look like a modified. He still got his hood and all.
Yep.
White flag one more time. I don't think Barker's going to be able to run down Chapman. Chapman's got a pretty good lead. Barker's going to go high for a moment. Chapman's going to go down low. Boydell's hanging on to the third place spot, but at a turn 3 and 4 here, Chapman's going to rumble on down the back stretch and take it. As old Chapman's taking our B main here tonight. It's a good run for these guys. So far, what we've learned is it is a kind of a track that momentum's going to play a huge factor. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys get through as we get in here to our Icon Sim Sports intermission here, folks. And I'm going to tell you what, Icon Sim Sports, I want to appreciate these guys coming on. There's a multitude of rigs out there that you can buy, but Icon Sim Sports, check them out at iconsimsports.com. The one thing I like about them, they will build to you. They will make you, whether you're big, tall, small, tall, whatever, it doesn't matter. They will build that thing to fit you like you do. So that's the one thing that makes them stand out amongst all the other rigs out there. But check them out at iconsimsports.com. We're here live with the GForce Racing League. You can find out everything you need to know at GForceRL.com, because we can sit here and talk for a multitude of time on that one. So check out GForceRL.com. I want to give a shout out to Justy Sick Iracing Photos. That's our driver of the week here. Definitely check that out at GForceRL.com. And obviously, we're live tonight here on the GForce Esports on YouTube, and 3 nights a week, actually 4 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. Check out all the action on the GForce Esports. Hit the likes and shares out there. We're also on iRacing Live here tonight and OSRnetwork on YouTube. So definitely got to appreciate it, folks. I tell you, it's been a good night tonight for the Hometown Heroes, and a very good night tonight for all of the guys here as far as racing and whatnot. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here in just a few seconds.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, folks, we're back here, and I think Roger's going to run down a pit on the pit road right fast and grab us a hold of driver real quick before we get set to go with our feature here tonight. So definitely everybody kind of stay tuned. And Roger, who'd you get?
I got Dan McLaren. Pulls.
Right.
How's it going, guys?
Hey Dan, this is John Hine. How was that warm up for you?
Pretty interesting. Top felt pretty quick, but I think the bottom is going to be the place to be.
What's it going to take to put Parker in victory lane tonight?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous because all these guys, they're fast. So I'll let my hands fall. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Were you having a hard time getting it to rotate, or were they rotating pretty easy still?
It slides up a bit. It's a little easier to handle up top than the bottom. Bottom usually wants to push, but you just gotta adjust as the track goes on.
Well, gotcha. Good luck here tonight, my friend. And Park, get up front. We can talk to you a little bit later at the end of the night.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're here for our Icon Sim Sports feature here. Going to be a good one because we got 21 drivers. Well, actually, 18. I think a couple of them, like I said, lost connection there. But Roger, I tell you, it's a good field here to start this feature off tonight.
Well, it sure is, and we got Dan McLaren there on the pole with Aiden Young on his outside. And we got a bunch of good runners up front here, like Dan was saying. Field Miller and Lane Snook are breathing right down his back, and then Jeff Flaro and Terry Landis, Kyle Parker, Nick Vickery. Like that's you're gonna be looking in the mirror a little bit with those guys. And
it could be chaotic on the start.
It could be. And then we got Blake Depinet, Dan Vaught, Andrew Smith, Chris Whipple, Zach Chapman, Jeff Barker, GJ Boydell, Carson Cherry, Wyatt Whipple, Bill Wild, Willie Calder, and then AJ and Sage didn't. I think that might be it.
Yep. Yeah, we got 18 out there. Wyatt's going to be the man on the backside here. Here we go. Green flag. Hang on to it. To your seats, folks, because this start's going to be a wild one here from what we've seen all night long. Green flag flies. A lot of beating and banging about to happen up front as Dan McLaren drops it 3 wide up front already.
Boy, that's a crazy start there into turn 1. And they're still 2 and 3 wide back through the pack even.
Zach Chapman around. Go back on the Malcolm Mills replay real quick, see what happened to him. Again, like I said, just a crazy start on this. And we kind of figured it would be all these trucks kind of bunched up. As we're watching Zach Chapman real quick right now. He gets a good start there as he heads off into turn number 1. Pretty safe, had to check up. He got a little contact, come out of the turn. Just wrong place, wrong time. They were 3 wide and just got bumped and sent in the wall.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Jeff Barker was kind of the meat in the sandwich there and moved down a little bit, and there's not a whole lot of contact that sent him around. Just one of those racing things. And good news is these trucks, like I said, they're like tanks. Zach's going to be able to get right back up on the wheel, and now he's got the opportunity to pass a lot of cars, so I'm sure he can do it.
Wonder if we're going to go single file on these trucks. Looks like they might be.
They didn't get a lap in, so that's what I'm going to guess, that they probably will go single file here for the first this particular restart.
Sounds like a good one here. Icon Sim Sports feature here tonight, and obviously the main sponsor for our hometown heroes. I want to appreciate the guys coming on board. Definitely doing an outstanding job. I want to appreciate all the sponsors out there throughout. Like I say, go to GForceRL.com. You can check out all the information. Green flag flies. McLaren out front. Aiden Young right there in second. Phil Miller. It didn't take him long to already try to go 2 wide up front. Laro way there along with it. Snook hanging on to the 3rd place spot. Snook's the only one up there on the top side.
Yeah, he is, and it'll be interesting to see how well that runs as that cushion gets smaller and smaller as the race goes on. But right now, man, he is getting runs coming up off these corners, so that looks like it's working for him here early on.
If it's a little tight, and Aiden Young went up there and blocked him 3 wide for the 2nd place spot. This is going to be interesting. Snook is kind of like that meat in the middle of the sandwich there as he was able to hang on. Good battle between Young and Snook there for the 2nd place. And I still think that high lane's a place right now might prove to be the place to be, because as soon as Snook went down low, he's losing momentum.
Yeah, it looks that way, but I fully expect the bottom at some point to be quicker than the top, and might even go back to being top dominant towards the end. The fast lines tend to move around a lot here, so these guys are, while they're trying not to hit each other, got to figure out where to be on the track at the right point in time.
No doubt. Still Snook up top. Phil Miller there's getting him all he can hand on his back deck lid. Go back here. Kyle Parker and company with Nicholas Victory, as they got a good shuffle going on. That's around about the 5th on back spot. 2x2 and door to door there. Not a lot of little contact, but they could be. They could kind of, that's what you were talking about earlier. You could lean on somebody here on this track, and with these trucks. Yeah,
the battle right now between Lane and Phil Miller there, they've been side by side here for the last 3 or 4 laps, and it's just like one gets an advantage one lap and one gets an advantage the next. It's excellent racing.
It is, and that's what we was looking at lap times earlier. The unfortunate side is they're so close. So, yeah, like one lap, one guy's got the advantage. The next lap, another guy does, which makes it outstanding, like you said, look-wise. As far as, on the track, Victory right there, a little bit of touch and go with the Kyle Parker, Jeff Laro in mix, 3 wide again, almost 4 wide Depiette.
I've been watching that group, and that's the proverbial hornet's nest right there. That
yes.
Group, they're going for it.
Gotta love it. Great racing right there, but just nobody can get the advantage on either one of them. They're all kind of dead even in a heat here as they coming out of it. Still Flero there in 6, Parker there in 7. Meantime, McLaren out front. That's Bill Cardner. Good job staying down there on the bottom. Aiden Young looks like he's trying to claw his way to try to catch him. Snook's there in 3rd. Phil Miller still there in 4th. But the battle's still on back here around about that 5th, 6th, 7th place spot.
Yeah, that's, from the seat, you're always like, man, just come on, just let me have it. But in the same token, you're having all kinds of fun. It's definitely a double-edged sword being back there in that hornet's nest like that. Keeps you busy.
Yeah, Caldner right there. Good job. Got down low for those guys. as they almost just ran up on him really quick. Usually sometimes that happens with the lap traffic. Here comes another machine down low. I think that's Daniel Vault coming into the mix. So now we're ended up with about a 6-truck battle here for this in that middle of the pack.
I mean, the top runners have pretty much single filed out, but boy, these guys behind them, like I said, that hornet's nest, it's a buzzing, Joe.
It is right there. Now you see a little beating banging in the middle. That's all Pepiette right there in seventh. As Nicholas Vickery goes down low. Daniel Vault's coming up in. Falero moved back to 10th. Meanwhile, Lane Snook took over the second place spot over McLaren as Aiden Young is taking the lead. And I think lap traffic might have had something to do with that pass. We're going to see what happens as a yellow flag is out. Terry Landis. Go back on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what kind of happened to Landis here. They was actually getting into some lap check. Oh, he just got up into the wall, and then, well, I tell you what, dead turtle on the track.
Oh,
He slid that thing all the way.
Yeah, the Cali boy went surfing all the way down that back street.
He did. Wow. Hope he's not in VR.
Someone needs to tell him that wall riding's for skaters and not drivers, huh?
Whew, it's trying to make a new way around the track there. He was testing out a new lane, see if it actually would work. Didn't look too good. And a new way to race, too. Upside down.
I got to say, Joe, I've been watching this middle pack like you guys been commenting on it, but it absolutely stunning racing. Like it's been like we're in lap 14. Those guys have been going at it since the flag dropped, and it's just incredible racing with those guys.
Yes, it is. And right now it was heating up front as Aiden Young took the lead over McLaren. You got Snook right there who had taken over second. Unfortunate thing about iRacing and dirt, when they don't count the caution, even though Snook took over second when the caution flew, they gave it back to McLaren, which I'd be mad as a driver, kind of. Always, I get it, but I still would be mad as a driver.
I've been mad at a driver many times over that.
Yeah. I worked that hard to get around the guy, and iRacing says, I'm going to just give it back to him. So, but here we go. Green flag back at it again. Snook's right there on the inside. He's going to dig. In the meantime, those let Aiden Young get away. Snook makes a slide job and completes it and gets back up to second as Kyle Parker's moved up into 5th place there. Field Miller and company, so we'll see what it is. But I tell you what, Field Miller on the move. He's woke up as he's gotten a little bit closer. He's going to give a little bump there to the back end of Snook and see if we can't get him moving up there towards Aiden Young.
Yeah, now he's got a clear track in front of him. See if he reels Aiden back in. And now the ones behind him, though, it's starting to look like that hornet's nest is starting to form back up with those guys.
Got Kyle Parker, Nicholas Vickery. Oh, you got Deppinett right there in 7th. You got Daniel Vault along with it. So, yeah, they're all clamoring back up in a pile. In the meantime, Young out front. He's hoping this thing will hurry up and just get over with so he can win it. But Vickery looking pretty good as, boy, I tell you what, Phil Miller throws that thing into the turn to the side-by-side. And he almost rubbed the whole side of Lane Snook's paint job off of that truck.
Yeah, and as we go on here too, usually I can see what lane is working and whatnot, but all 3 lanes, middle, top, these guys are running all over the place. It's unbelievable here to watch them.
I'm with you. I don't think, but white flag right now. Aiden Young's got a pretty good substantial lead. Snook's up top there in second. Phil Miller down low. You got Parker sitting in the 4th place spot. For the meantime, the battle's going to be for that second place. Who's going to get it? Because they're going to beat and bang out of 4. Phil Miller gets him. Coming out of 4. Aiden Young's going to win it here for our Icon Sim Sports feature here tonight for the Hometown Heroes. Miller was able just to bang his way into that second place spot over Lane Snook. Wow, what a finish.
He used them up to get to that P2, but those trucks, they allow you to do that. But what a great race. When you said white flag, I was like, no. We got to run another 10. This is a great race.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get some of these guys up here and get a word with them real quick. It's going to be a good night so far between them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that was some of the best racing that I've seen. 3 wide, just constantly through the whole race.
All right, we got a third place man, Lane Snook here. Get a word with.
Fast Lane Snook, Mr. Mayor. That was you did all right in that car. Take us a little bit around the race there.
I don't know. It was kind of too even in the past, but I mean, everybody ran a good race. It was really fun racing these things, and I'll try to get them next time whenever they come here.
Well, they will be back later in the season, so you will get your chance, Lane. And congratulations on that third place spot. And we'll be looking to see if you can repeat in the Legends coming up next. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Velocity Designs, Vanderbilt Racing, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Moonin, Lacey, Fitzy, JP, Third Doctor Trucking, Battle.com, Powerhouse Motorsports, Wagaman Brothers, you guys for the broadcast, Roger and them for putting this league on, Universal Sediment Service, Echo and Howard Associates, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keys Recording Products, Fox's Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge Beef Farm, Snoop Dirt Designs, and the Old Hatchery.
Well, that just about sums it up. And he's up in this podium so often he can just rattle those names off. So congratulations, Lane, and we'll be looking for you in the next race.
Yep, thank you.
Well, that's our third place man right there. He had a heck of a battle coming out of 4. Second place man here, Phil Miller.
Hey, Field, John Hine here. What a finish there at the end. You had to kind of put a little bit of the side panels to work there to get it, but what a great finish.
Yeah. I mean, he tried to put me in the back stretch wall a couple times there and took my nose off. So I was just like, well, I'm going to just stick it in there. And if he wants to rub doors, we'll make it even. But it's pretty fun. The high side in 1 and 2 was working really well. And then that slider, if you could do it, was there. Is just, some of those guys were running that middle and it just would block you from being able to fully get speed in 3 and 4. But it was a fun race for sure.
All in all, what was the biggest challenge of getting the truck actually through the corner to do what you wanted it to do?
Yeah, it felt like a dump truck for sure. It feels like the wheels don't touch the ground on these things sometimes, so you have to make sure you're turning it with the rear end, so keeping a lot of throttle in it on entry and keeping it straight on exit.
Did you have that figured out from the drop of the green, or did you have to move around a little bit to kind of figure out where you needed to be?
I mean, I never want to run the bottom. I always like to run the high side, so I'm always trying that up there. But really, when we ran the Race of Champions at Lernerville, that was kind of a test run for these things for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'd forgotten about that. Well, congratulations on a solid second place finish tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been on here. All the Spartan guys, they're calling me who's that guy now, because I've been kind of MIA for a little while. But all those guys, they do a great job of racing in, night out, and Carolina Tea Company and Turn 5 Media. I think we got some other ones on board, but I'm not even up to date on our sponsors. So we'll move on to the next one.
Well, they know who they are, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, man. Once again, congratulations there on second place. That's Field Miller.
Thanks,
there we go. Second place man, like I said, Field Miller right there. Well, this guy I'm going to run down here with the Epsilon Sprint Wraps. Victory Lane, Aiden Young. Joe White Boots, got a copy?
I got you, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got out front, and that was all she wrote. You just set sail. How was you feeling in that truck tonight?
Truck was a dream.
Well, hey, that sums it up. Hey, and you put in Victory Lane for the hometown heroes here and the jump trucks here. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could ask if there's anything else you could have done. I mean, because it looked like you had a handle on it there.
Yeah, the basic thing was just being smoother than everyone else on the track.
Well, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what, who you got to thank tonight for an awesome win?
Thank Young Gun Creations, Gambling Motorsports, of course, everyone that comes out on this car, Mid-South Sports Report, and you guys for broadcasting, and Roger for having a great league.
I tell you what, there you go, Aiden Young putting in Victory Lane tonight for the jump trucks here for the Icon Sim Sports hometown heroes. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to change over some servers, and we're going to bring you some legend action here. So don't go anywhere. All right, Mike's off. about to. Coming out.
It all starts with the right house. That's where we come in. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Go ahead and get you guys that you want to, maybe one guy or two guys bring up if you want to interview. And we will have them ready. As soon as I get in the circle, I'm going to flip us right back. All I got to do is smash one button. If you want to. Bunch of weed eaters out there. I do that on.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
From finding the perfect house to making it your home, we'll be with you every step of the way. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
All right, folks, back here, and now we go from big trucks to little cars, and I've always just kind of laughed and called these kind of like clown cars out here. I can just imagine, because it's, I mean, John, I don't know about you, but just going from that big size car to looking what we see right here, can you just imagine stopping on the front stretch and then you see a bunch of drivers just jumping out of it? That's kind of my image that I got in my head.
Yeah, Joe. And you know, the funny thing is, even for the guys that are racing, I'm in VR, so you know, when I'm in the truck, you're sitting way high, and then the guys, and when you climb in this, you're sitting way on the bottom. It's a whole different perspective, and you got to drive it completely different. And we know people in general are creatures of habit, but I'm going to tell you, those guys were clipping those tires a lot in those trucks and getting away with it. If they do it in these things, they're going to go for a ride.
Absolutely. Rogers ran down in the pit road, got a couple guys to interview here for our Gambler Motorsports pre-race show here tonight.
Yeah, we went down a little bit out of breath. Got John Rayner here. John, have you had much time in these legend cars?
Not a lot, but going to give it the best I can tonight.
We'll be looking for one of the Canadian boys there. Represent us well, buddy, and wish you good luck tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
Bud. And I got another one here, Joe. I got one of the old Wiley veterans, and one of the father-son teams. And son is a 3-time Renegades champion, but you know what? I'm always racing wheel-to-wheel with his dad, Barry Goldner. How you doing, Barry?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm not struggling in the Legends. So how are you making out down there?
Getting better at it anyway. Knock all the rust off, I guess.
Did you race the first night with us?
I'm not sure if I did or not.
Okay, so we'll be watching for you, Barry, and wish you good luck. You and I used to run together a lot near the back, and you've been moving. I don't know if you've been getting some lessons off your son or what's going on, but you found enough here, and way to go. We'll be watching for you tonight.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Well, I tell you what, it's just, I think this is going to be a good word to use, a culture shock going from the trucks to these things here. One, I know that term, I use it a lot, man, in my NASCAR side of things. You talk about being a hornet's nest. Well, really, this is what it is. They sound like a bunch of bumblebees when they get together, all around the track. And again, I call them the clown cars. It's just that the image pops in my mind of, I could see when these guys stopping on the front or back stretch, and then all of a sudden a bunch of drivers just start going right out the doors.
Yeah, it's easy to get a visual of that too. With their big shoes and everything coming out, those little itty cars. But I tell you, don't be deceived by them. They move. They get around pretty quick.
I'm gonna tell you, we're talking about throwbacks or paint jobs, Roger John. I don't know why none driver out here has not come out here with a red and white polka dot style car, like a clown car. So, I mean, there's an idea, guys, hint out there. Anybody's listening? So, I don't know why somebody hasn't thought of that. Just say it.
That could win them a $10 iRacing.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, buddy. You're giving away a great secret there.
I mean, it just when we're sitting up here talking, it just popped in my mind. I went, it would just be fitting. This thing be dressed up like what a clown would be like, So, but anyways, there you go. If you're listening out there, next time it comes around, think about it.
Well, they'll be back in another 3 weeks, and we'll see if there might be a whole pile of clown cars out there.
That's
you never know.
What do you call it? The clown class then.
Yeah. But while we're talking about that, Joe, we got a couple of great, we got lots of great things coming up, but a couple in particular. Next week will be Autism Awareness Night. This is Autism Awareness Month, and we'll have a few people on to talk about that. But, on May 5th, jumping down a few weeks now, that's Mother's Day week. Sunday, the following Sunday is Mother's Day, and in honor of that, it's Ladies' Night. And we're just putting it all together now, Joe. But we're going to have a Ladies' Night race. We're going to form up a league for them to join, and they'll be racing that night. Probably it's 305s, but I think probably street stocks, and all the guys can all those great.
Is that going to build a hometown hero thing? I mean, you're talking about a different league? Okay.
No, it's going to be hometown heroes. But what we'll do is we'll set it up as a separate league, because that way, all the guys in this league that their wives, God bless them, let them race all the time. They can use their account, and then in that league, we can rename the account to the ladies' names, and it should be a great night of racing. For sure.
So does that mean I bring up my wife and have her do the broadcast and whatnot?
Absolutely. That would be awesome. Yeah. I think that would be a great idea.
I don't know if she would go along with it, because she's like, man, whatever. But I figured I'd throw that out. So, but hey, if y'all wanted to bring y'all's up, that's great. We definitely can comply on it. I figured that would be you're going to make it a ladies' night if we can make it all the way through end and end. I don't know if I could talk my wife into getting on the mic, though, but I definitely, my youngest one, I've had him up in the booth a couple times with me before. My 14-year-old, he gets up here and he actually does a pretty good job on it, so I've had him in the booth, but that'd be a hard sell on my wife, though. She'd be like, what am I supposed to do?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it's a lot of great things coming aboard and coming up here, and the Hometown Hero, that's what it's all about, the Hometown Heroes series. It's it's not so much as we're sticking to one style platform or anything like that. It's pretty much it's one track, but the different style series and different style cars, and it kind of helps everybody and fitting for everyone. It looks like we're switching it over here to our excuse me, I'll get it out in a minute. VMR Wraps qualifying session, and you just want to look good on iRacing in general, or tonight here in the GForce Racing League. Definitely check out the guys at VMR Wraps on Facebook. New sponsor coming on board, and they got a lot of painters that can definitely get you looking good on the track here. We want to definitely give a shout out to iRacing League Manager. They run the standings here and obviously run everything. If you've got a league, you run a league, you do anything with a league, check those guys out at iRacingLeagueManager.com. And get hooked up. I know Preston Kramer does an awesome thing. He actually built the program and all for that. So, hey, easiest way to run your league and get everything looking good. But VMR Wraps here qualifying. Let's see who puts this thing on the quick time poll here tonight.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Lane Snook already out front. We'll see if he holds on to it. Got a quick time there, 16:20, so he's about a tenth faster than Blake Depinet right there behind him. Hope I'm saying his last name right.
There's a few guys down here that I'm looking at that haven't qualified yet, so they might give him a run. And while we're waiting for them to qualify, next week, Autism Awareness Night, we have the two house leagues. Basically, the 305 sprints are out of town tonight, but they're normally here. They will be back, and the Bandit 410s. That will be here tonight. They will be back next week, but we'll also have the Renegades A division from the 360 sprints on Monday night. So we have 4 tiers of sprints that run, and this is our A division, and they will be here to highlight that night. And they always put on a great show.
And by 1/1000th of a second, Josh Gerlach takes the top spot away from Lane Snook. Wow, with a 16:19 or 16:20. So just like that. Very, very, very close.
Yeah, it doesn't get any closer than that. That really doesn't surprise me. Josh has been running our midget division, and he's been doing quite well in that, and always quick. And if I was to say any of these cars handle like any of the other cars, dirt cars, they're probably the midgets are probably the closest to these cars that you get from how they drive.
Sounds good. I don't know if we get
Josh Gerlach, yeah, he's drives for Dizzy Motorsports, so he might get Dizzy going around there tonight from Bond.
Dizzy
Iowa.
Motorsports. Now, if you're talking about the Dizzy Motorsports I know of, which is Nick Cohan's team, I'm very familiar with Dizzy Motorsports. On the NASCAR side of it, now they do some dirt racing. I know now for a while. Because they're actually in another league that I'm very familiar with. So Dizzy Motorsports. If it's the one, if it's the same one, which would be interesting if we get a chance to talk with him. It should be Nick Cohan's the owner of that one, and good group of guys there. So hopefully they'll come over and run. But heat race number 1, A&J Custom Creations. What can we say? Andy Patton just does outstanding craftsmanship and work. He does the trophies and plaques that he does. Check him out at GForce RL and at A&J Custom Creations on Facebook. But Heat Race 1, who we got here outside here tonight?
On the pole, we got from Brewerton, New York, Jeffrey Barker. And on his outside, Gambler Motorsports from Shreveport, Louisiana, Dan Vaught. Row 2, we got Nick Vickery and Josh Gerlach that we just talked about. Row 3, a couple of guys we've talked to already tonight, the Wiley veterans, Terry Landis and Barry Goldner, and then G.J. Boydell at the back.
Yeah, let me jump in here. In here too. Yeah, AJ and Customs. They do our trophies and do a great job. But I tell you, my wife got me one of his acrylic, and he can do up your race car and put it on acrylic and a light where it glows up. I've got one that's green. You go out to his Facebook, and he's got pictures of these things. And so if you not even just racing for trophies out there, if you want a nice little addition to your desk, go check him out. The really cool stuff there he has.
I talked to him also real quick before I said we'll go grab, and then I was going to have him do one with my logo there, the one I have down at the bottom, and he said he could do it. I just need to get back up with him and have a chance, but you're right. I've seen some of that. It's kind of like an acrylic. I don't know what material he uses or what, a plastic or something. Anyways, like I said, it's beautiful. It lights up. So definitely go there to his Facebook or over on Facebook side of A&J Custom Creations. Check it out. He can do pretty much, as long as you get him a good picture or something, he can pretty much put anything on there. I don't know what the limitations are. That's something you'd have to talk to him about. But nonetheless, he does some good work.
Yeah. The light
really
that I have. The light that I have on my sprint car is just really cool. Really, really cool. And I did a real nice job on it.
Awesome.
And we got an ad we're going to add next week of his, and it will have that acrylic car of yours highlighted in there, John. So everybody will be able to get a good look at that next week.
Oh, awesome. I've been actually thinking about having to order another one, actually. Mine, I accidentally broke it and stepped on it on accident. But when I was cleaning
How'd you do that?
I was cleaning my desk off and I set it aside, and one of those things. But I am going to get another one, and because it was really cool. I loved looking at it and having it at night. And so I will be, Andy, if you're listening, I'll be probably hitting you up sooner rather than later.
Better go ahead and get him too, Andy, because he's kicking around the first one. That way he'll have an next one. Face strokes, spacing around. What's that?
You've been talking to my wife.
yeah, there you go. So, Daniel Vault out front, green flag. Here we go. Well, I tell you, these legends of machines out here. These things, well, they sound like some mighty hornets out there. Jeffrey Barker is around. We saw him get tagged a little bit, and around he went. Gerlach out front with a Vault right there beside him, but they're going to go door to door, wheel to wheel in it.
Gerlach coming out of turn 2 there on that opening lap was just shot out of a cannon down that back straightaway and picked up a couple of spots before they got to turn 3. But Daniel has fought back here and working the low side, and it looks like he's got the preferred line right now. But Josh is really hanging tough there on the outside.
Yeah, it is. Josh looking good, trying to get that high lane going, kind of middle high there, but the low line with Daniel Vaults, he's slinging it coming out of the turn. Right behind him, Nicholas Vickery humming, little busy bee behind him there, trying to see if he can't get up there and battle it out for the lead here for A&J Custom Creations Heat Race 1. Terry Landis hanging on to the 4th place. He'd love to kind of sneak up there and battle a little bit or get those guys kind of mixing it up. Still Vault right there. He got a little tight going in. GJ Boydell around. And that allows the 3rd place contact, and man, he sent that car sailing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. That's going to cost him a transfer spot, but we've seen this now a couple times tonight. You can never feel safe, even if you're in the top 4 there.
We're going to call that the hook and run, because there was no bump and run there. He hooked him and ran, and that's kind of what it was. So, carjack on the track tonight. Terry Landis right there beating on the back door. Nicholas Vickery for that 2nd place spot. Vault still out front. Barry Goldner now moves it up into the last transfer. And Gerlach is going to still see if he can't get up there, but time's not going to be on his side here tonight. Barker's hanging out in 6th. GJ Boydell there in 7th. White flag one more time. I don't think Nicholas has got enough to get up there to Vault. Just not going to be able to get close enough to him to take that lead away from him.
Daniel looks pretty solid, and Josh back there is not going to transfer, but we saw this a couple weeks ago with Lane, where he didn't make it in and had to go to the B, and still came through and had a solid finish. In fact, he may have even won. Josh has got the same kind of pace to do that.
Absolutely. That's going to spin us over here to heat race number 2. And Howard Hanna Real Estate, #1 family-owned and operated independent broker in the U.S. In order to get that kind of distinction, you have definitely got to know your stuff and know what you're doing. And Scott Hurwitz, like I said, man, runs the multi-billion-dollar commercial and real estate, residential real estate agents for years now. If you've got anything that you want to sell, buy, anything that deals with real estate, check those guys out, and they will get you hooked up at Howard Hanna Real Estate. As our heat race number 2, who we got on the grid?
Before we just get there, Joe, I just want to mention this is Pick the Paint night. Somebody's going to win a $10 iRacing credit. So on the Facebook page that the video is on, this stream is on, there's a link there, or they can go to GForceRL.com, go to the Hometown Heroes page, and there's a pick the paint there. Just click on the button and pick your favorite paint, and they have a good chance to win. And we've got a star-studded lineup here for heat number 2. I feel sorry for guys at the back, John Rayner and Cherry, Carson Cherry, because they've got Kyle Parker, Jeff Flero in the first row, Field Miller, Lane Snook in the second row, and then Carson's on the outside of Andrew Smith. So they've got a tough road to hoe, and then John Rayner is at the back.
Well, we've seen anything happen here tonight, though. Guys up front that you'd think there's going to be the heavy hitters get a little bit into trouble, because these cars are, not as tight as what we saw with the trucks, because they can go spinning a little bit, as they're already 3 wide, beating and banging for about that 4th place spot, along with Lane Snook and Company and Field Miller. So a little bit of contact, and you're going to send sailing.
Yeah, they've doubled up here for the lead, and it looks like now that outside line is starting to move a little bit better than that inside, for being that far down anyway. I mean, they're not all the way up top, but just being just on the outside, about a lane and a half up, looks like the quick way around right now.
So far, Lane Snook's battling it out there with Kyle Parker. Parker is out of it. So what we was just talking about, one of the heavy hitter guys, he was in it. Now he's out, back in 6th place. Just got pushed out the way a little bit. Andrew Smith moves it up into the 4th place. Carson Cherry, you talked about it, is right there, 5th place. So he's got a shot to get into the transfer. Meantime, Field Miller is going to see if he can't run down Flero, but Flero's got a huge lead. Lane Snook hanging on the 3rd. But we'll see what happens here with the 2nd place. Are they going to have enough time to run down that leader?
Yeah, they're pretty strung out right now. Looks like the best fight on the track is between 2nd and 3rd there. And, anytime Lane is involved and he's trying to catch someone, I never count Lane out.
Got to look at the lap times here. Last time Flero with everybody 16 seconds, so it's 39, 22, 31. So a little bit of a difference. We'll see what happens here when they cross the line on this one. That tells us right now they're pretty close, but you can see Miller is reeling in Flero right now. Does he have enough time to get it done?
Yeah, it looks like Miller's really getting off the corner a lot more, and looking at the attitude of Flero's car, Miller's got it a lot straighter coming out of the corner, where Jeff's still got his back out a little bit, and that's a scrubbing speed when you have your back end out that far.
Oh, and that just, I'm going to tell you what, Miller had to overcorrect for the lap traffic car right there, and when he did, it sent him up into the wall, just destroyed every momentum he had. White flag. I think Flero's going to hang on to it, and I think that was just kind of just a mistake on Miller's part, kind of a loss of concentration just for a moment. That's all it takes here. But out of turn number 4, Jeff Flero is going to win our heat race number 2 here tonight. Howard Hanna Real Estate. Well, a good finish there, and Miller's going to still come home at 3rd. Andrew Smith's going to take that last transfer spot.
Yeah, I know Fields got to be pretty disappointed with going from 2nd to 3rd there, but hitting that wall like he did, what he did right there saved his night from the B. He got out of the throttle, got it back under control, and then got right back in it. He didn't make matters worse by trying to drive out of that. So that was really a smart move by him there.
Yes, it was. Well, I'll tell you what, heat race number 3 here, Coast to Coast Racing Team. C2C features some drivers from coast to coast of the USA and Canada, and they have been a part of GForce Racing since the inception here tonight. So our heat race number 3, who we got out on the grid here tonight?
Heat number 3, we've got Aiden Young and the Texas Tornado Tom Taylor on the outside. And in row 2, Dan McLaren and Blake Depinet. And then from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, one of my favorite places, Zach Chapman, and on his outside, Nathan Aldrich. There's 2 guys, Chapman and Aldrich, that just put a ton of work into the league, and we appreciate everything they do.
Be a good one, like you said. Aiden Young out front, Tom Taylor along with him. Dan McLaren there, Depiet sitting in Ford, Chapman, Aldrich. Well, who's it going to be? We've seen some exciting finishes here so far in the heat races, and we're not even in the Constellation or the feature yet.
No, we're not. And there's some pretty heavy hitters here. You got McLaren and Aiden, and so this I expect this one to be pretty good now with the track widening out a little bit where you can run. We might see some side-by-side racing here, and be a interesting heat to watch for sure.
Yeah, it is. Pace truck shoots off the track. Green flag flies. Heat race number 3 underway. Out front, Aiden Young gets a good jump on him. But they're already there 3 wide. Little blinking on the 89 of Dan McLaren. It's not what you want to see on the track here behind him, but Depiet right there still going to take it up high and try to take that second place spot.
Yeah, he got a good run coming out of 4 there, and is going to keep it up there. Throwback night, so we might as well say high, wide, and handsome. A little tribute to Harry Gang here with the way he's driving.
Yeah, they're right there in a little bit of a cushion run. Oh, and you see McLaren switched lanes, went up, lost momentum. Depiet takes second place with a slide job move. They're going to close it in on Aiden Young, who was out front, but that battle's heating up there for second place.
It sure is, and McLaren there made a slight mistake, and Blake, boy, he jumped on it. That's what you got to do, especially when you're this close together, running pretty close to the same speed.
Meantime, Aldridge hanging on to 4th place. Behind him, Chapman. Tom Taylor's falling back to the 6th. So still the good battle here for second, but it's starting to heat up for the lead here as Depiet is moving in on Aiden Young up front. He's right there on his back bumper.
Yeah, he's peeking to the inside here, and Aiden doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, so he's going to have to be on his A game here to keep him from getting around him.
Oh, you can just see inside here riding with Depiet how much he's turning that wheel to hang on to it, rotating it into the turn. He has got his nose out front in front of him. He lost a little momentum coming out of the turn there. That's going to shoot him all the way back to 3rd as McLaren's going to jump on that opportunity.
Yeah, that was a really, really smart move again. That could have been a whole lot worse than it was, but he lifted there and didn't get to wreck the leader and himself there.
No, he did. Aiden Young still fun at command on this one here tonight for the Coast to Coast heat race number 3 here. White flags out. Aiden has got a pretty good lead, and you see Depiet makes a mistake, and he loses it. Wow.
Yeah. I hate to sound like a broken record, but once again, transfer spot, last lap or so.
Excuse me, Dan McLaren, my bad. I thought it was Depiet, but like I said, white flag. That puts Zach Chapman in the 4th. Last transfer spot. Aiden Young's going to hang on and win it here for the heat race number 3. Depiet's going to come home in 2nd. Aldridge right there in 3rd. Wow, just like that. You're in it, then you're out of it. Brings us into our B main here. That's SBGC3D and SBGC3D.com. Check them out, folks. Tom Taylor does an awesome job with his 3D printing out here, and he's in it here for the B main. Who we got on out the grid tonight?
We got some big names in here trying to fight their way back in. On the pole, we got Josh Gerlach that we were just talking about. Kyle Parker, who also had a battle with those inside tires, and as John said, you'll lose. Then we got Tom Taylor and Jeff Barker, and then Carson Cherry, Dan McLaren, GJ Boydell, and John Rayner. Everybody will transfer, so this is a chance to get figure out. Some of these guys haven't seen the track since Heat 1, so it'll give them a chance to check it out.
And we've talked about it many times. When it's a fixed style setup, basically guys are out here to practice on what lane to use. And I really have not seen I don't know which lane's been kind of more dominant. I don't know if that inside or outside, because we've seen some guys pass on both of them.
I think it's been pretty even, and I think a lot of it comes down to car control and what you're doing with your feet. Guys that can, how they use their throttle, especially from about the center of the corner off, that's making a big difference. I'm seeing guys getting runs on the bottom, and I'm also seeing guys getting runs on the top. So right now the track is really racy, and it's just going to come down to driving style and putting your car in the right spot for you. For that particular driver, and that's probably what will prevail here.
Yes, it will. Gerlach out front here, Parker right there along with him. We'll see who gets it done here for our B main SBGC 3D printing here. Pace trucks pulling them around. Al Parker and company out front there. So
I think Tom Taylor just wanted to be in his own heat here since he owns the company.
It is right there in 3rd place. We'll see. Here we go. Green flag. Josh Gerlach gets to jump out front there along with it. Let's see what Tom and company can do as Oh, Chris crossed 3 wide behind him too, but Kyle says, I want that lead.
He sure did, and nice job changing lanes there without scrubbing any speed, and it's giving him an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely, but Gerlach says not so fast as Parker makes a miss down low. Got that thing all kind of squirrely as Gerlach takes the lead. Here comes Barker on the outside, though.
Yeah, Barker has made the move, and the bottom, you know, the funny thing is we're always talking about the top being treacherous and staying off the wall, but it's a fast way around. Now we're talking about the inside being pretty fast, but it's treacherous because you got those tires down there, and I'm sure a part of Kyle's hesitancy, he had a battle with those tires earlier and lost, so he's probably been a little bit safe there on the bottom.
We talk about the top lane because usually they push that cushion way up there against the wall. They haven't used the top so much tonight, so they still kind of way far away from the wall. Now, the more they do use the top lane, it's going to keep pushing it up the track. As you see, Parker still slipping and sliding on it inside. I don't know if it's a case of the low lane is just kind of going away right now.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's there. I think Kyle's just trying to some different things there. I don't think they should give up on it quite yet. As you see, the leader, you know, was down low coming out of the corner. Right now, looking at it, probably your best bet is entering high and driving down the hill. You know, on the corner exit, kind of diamonding the corner, looks like to be the absolute fastest way around.
Cherry's around too in the back. Hate to see that. He just got knocked around a little bit here. But to back at it, McLaren there with it. Barker and Parker still riding together. As you see, Parker took over the second spot. Barker's hanging down in the third place now.
Yeah, and he did it by passing him down on the low, moves right back up to the top. So Kyle's a smart driver. I would have to think he must feel like he's faster on the top because he's not going back to the bottom.
McLaren try to move it in right here. He's going to see if he can't hook up on the back bumper there of Jeffrey Barker. He's blinking a little bit. Tom Taylor around in the back, but Barker in the meantime there in third place.
Yeah, these guys, the leader is stretched out a little bit, but boy, the battle for second between Parker and Barker
I know,
is really up with one to go.
One to go, like you said, and we're going to see if, like I said, Parker Barker here, if one of those guys can take it. Right now, it's all Parker sitting in second.
Yeah, Kyle did a smart job there, going low into turn one there. It kind of blocked any chance that Jeff Barker there would have a chance at a slide job. So Kyle took that away to kind of preserve his second place finish. Smart move there.
And it looks like Gerlach's going to take us home here in our B main. SBGC 3D printing B main puts us in our Icon Sim Sports intermission here tonight. IconSimSports.com. Check them out. Folks, I've said it, 100 million times. What makes these guys stand out from the other sim racing rig companies out there is they will make the experience feel like a real one, and they'll build it to you. That's the biggest thing. So check out all their products at IconSimSports.com. GForce Racing League's where we're at tonight here. And if you're looking for a good league to join or drive or just watch, check them out go to GForceRL.com. And I look at all the information. I want to give a shout out to Justy Sick iRacing. Brings the photo drivers of the week there as coming on board with us. And as always, we're live tonight here on the GForce Esports YouTube. So GForce Esports here tonight. Hit those likes and shares. 4 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night action all the time, bringing it to you. So good racing as usual. As also tonight we're on iRacing Live and OSRnetwork on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody. Gentlemen, I don't know if Roger's still here. You got any drivers maybe we want to talk to, or anything that you're seeing that these guys maybe can do a little different? And I call them the clown cars here tonight.
I think, when we come back from the break, I want to talk a little bit about the league, and especially we're on iRacing.com, so a lot of people aren't familiar maybe with GForce Racing League and the 20 divisions we have, and maybe talk about that a bit.
Be right back here in just a few, folks.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
Hi, we're back, folks, here live tonight here at Cedar Lake. HomeTown Heroes here. Got a little bit for our warm-up, and I think Roger's run down and got a couple drivers to talk to.
Actually, no, Joe, I don't have any drivers. I was going to talk about the league. Like I was saying, especially with being on iRacing.com, there's a lot of people maybe don't know about us, and GeForce Racing League has been around for coming up 3 years. And we have 20 divisions, 6 of which are broadcast. We run, we have 4 tiers of 360s, so it's like a ladder system. And next week we will have our A division coming in for HomeTown Heroes. Always put on a great show. But we got we have the 305s, 410s. We have two tiers of dirt modifieds that race on Thursday night. We have Pro Late models, midgets. We have NASCAR pickups. We have NASCAR Cup cars and Skip Barber cars. So we've got something for everybody. We're out to be the best intermediate league on the iRacing platform. So we have a max of 2,500 I rating to get into the league. And once you're in the league, you're grandfathered in. But it gives a lot of those guys that don't have a chance to race against people of their own level a friendly atmosphere to race in. So looks like we're coming up to the grid here, Joe.
Yeah, it is, and that's going to bring us to our Icon Sim Sports feature here tonight. Should be a good one. Like you just said, grid these guys up. It's like 20 machines out here going to do it.
Yeah, and last chance to go to GForceRL.com and go to the HomeTown Heroes page and pick your paint. Jeff Barker was the winner the last time they were out, so he is one of the 3 finalists for that custom-made T-shirt that will be picked on championship night. So on the pole we have Dan Vaught with on the outside Jeff Flero. Row 2, Gambler Motorsports Aiden Young, and from Spartan Racing Nick Vickery. Row 3, 12-year-old mayor of Cedar Lake, Lane Snook, and on his outside, Blake Depinet. And then we got the surfer, Terry Landis, who tried to surf down the back straight earlier, and on his outside, from North Carolina, Field Miller. Next row, we got Nathan Aldrich against veteran Barry Goldner, and Andrew Smith and Zach Chapman, Josh Gerlich and Kyle Parker, Jeff Barker, Dan McLaren, Texas Tom Tornado Taylor, and John Rayner, GJ Boydell, Carson Cherry, and that's it. We got some big runners at the back, so it could be interesting.
Absolutely. So good set here to go green flag. Daniel Vault out front, green flag. And I tell you what, if you thought the heat was crazy, but you see this feature here. I mean, it's True Hunter. You already got him upside down in the back. That's Zach Chapman getting flipped around. Let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay here. See what happened to old Zach back there. We kind of saw it a little bit live. But man, he went head over head right there. And he mentioned earlier he's in the Mac mobile. Well, somebody, I guess, wanted to take a bite out of him. Either wanted some French fries or a Big Mac. So let's see. Here's our replay starting. He got it way high up there, and because and then just lost it. And actually, it wasn't him that went end over end. Actually, it was somebody else. I don't know. Tom Taylor.
I think it was Kyle Parker. Yeah, it looked like Zach just simply lost it. Got up in the loose stuff there, and the back kind of came around on him. And as soon as he did that, he started chasing it down the hill and just clipped. Like I said, I think it was Kyle Parker, and turned Kyle on his lid.
And Tom Taylor got involved with it also there. So unfortunate, just a couple guys in the back. That's what happens when you're way back there in the back. And just like that, but yeah, he went way up under that kind of loose stuff, and that thing just went right on around, zipped. Nothing he could do. I appreciate Malcolm Mills. Yeah.
Joe, I was just going to say here that, these things, I'm a little older than you guys, but these things take me back to my childhood, man, when I used to watch these things. It's just, they're awesome cars to watch.
And they are, and it's just wild to listen to them, too. Zoom around the track here, because all you hear, so it's a different sound than what we're used to seeing with like a 410 or trucks or anything else out there. Good battle heating up for third place right now, though. And actually good battle heating up for second place. Tell you what, they're all over it. That actually Field Miller and Company. As Tom Taylor is still trying to get it there. But boy, look at this three-wide battle happening around, I'll say around about 7th, 8th place spot.
There's a lot of arguments over who needs to be where on the track right now. And it's sure is entertaining to watch. Third place is really heated up.
Giving a lot of good room, and like you said, Aiden Young right there taking that slide job on the inside. These guys are giving a lot of room. GJ Boydell's around, still green flag, no caution, but our leader, Jeff Flero, meantime, out front with Daniel Vault there in second. Vault, but caution's out. That's going to put Carson Cherry and Jeffrey Barker around. Let's go back here on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to those two. As Barker's slow on the track, trying to get it going. And you see one car go off down into the thing. Barker's still slow right there. It's him and Carson Cherry that got together.
Yeah, it looked like Carson got...
Carson got clipped. And then Barker, wrong place, wrong time, and then that thing just does a barrel roll.
Yeah. But Roger, you said that this takes you back to your kid. One question, childhood watching these. One question I have: did they still have their feet coming out from underneath them to get them to go and to stop, or were they motorized?
They were. You know what? These things have 1200cc Yamaha motorcycle engines. The ones that I grew up with had the full engines, and these are, I think, 5/8 scale. So, but it, they used to call them the hobby class or the jalopy class or whatever. But it was some great racing, and I can remember going to the track every week and watching.
You're referencing basically he's from the Flintstone eras, right?
That's
yeah. I got a feeling I'll be on the penalty report a few times this week now.
There we go. So, actually, a new paint job. If you ever get out there, Roger, Flintstone mobile. Absolutely. See, we're giving ideas all over the place tonight, folks. Hope y'all listening. That's green flag back at it again. Daniel Bolton. Look who's in second, battling Jeff Flero. I mean, do we need to say more? Lane Snook. Every time we look, he's in. He just seems to find a way to the front. But Flero has other plans as he goes diving it down on the inside there. Daniel Vault. Vault has the top side. Good battle going on for second. Actually, third and fourth too.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag. Barry Goldner and company in the back. And that one, unfortunate right there. That's Barry Goldner and like Nathan Aldridge. We're watching this Malcolm Mills replay real quick to see what happened to him. They're up there on that top of the cushion. You see him right there. Or if he's just a product, wrong time, wrong place. Still watching it here.
Yeah, it looked like
Boom! Yep, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, it looked like Nathan got a little loose and overcorrected, and then it shot him right up to the track. And Mr. Goldner had a wrong place, wrong time there for sure.
Ouch. All right, so we got Vault out front, Snook there in second, Aiden Young up to third, Deppinett there in fourth, Vickery up in fifth. Oh, it's a who's who. Who's going to pull this thing off, though?
We still got a long way to go here. 13 laps. Anything can happen. We've seen in these heat races, with 1 or 2 to go, one of the players seemed to have a problem. So it's not over to that checkered flag flies. That's for sure.
Not in these things. It's not like you said. So let's see. They're going to double them up here. Get set to go for Icon Sim Sports heat race here tonight for the hometown heroes. Definitely check out that GForceRL.com. It's a green flag, and they're trying to chase down pace trucks. You hear these angry bees out there, man, bring them up to speed. They're almost 4 wide for the lead. Deputy takes the high lane way up there against the wall almost. Aiden Young up to third as Snook takes the lead. Yellow flag's out. We got a big one in the back here.
One, yep.
That one I think is going to start with Jeffrey Barker, which we're going to ride with him here anyways. On a Malcolm Mills replay, he's up top on the cushion right there. Actually, it started in front of him, and he just basically know where to go. And you got Zach Chapman was involved in that one, G.J. Boydell, Carson Cherry, all involved in that. So unfortunate little pileup between all those guys in the back. But in the meantime, Snook took the lead again, and I know he's got to be going, man, these cautions tearing me up. I just took the lead, now I got to give it back again. I can just imagine how frustrating that would be as a driver.
Yeah, and it is. I've been on both sides of that where I just got past, but I got my spot back, and also had to give the spots back. But really, if you go to any Saturday night short track, they always go to the last completed lap. So it's not any different that you would see at your local short track.
There's no timing markers like they got in NASCAR.
No, there's not. And you're 100% right, though. Behind the driver's seat, oh, man, your blood can boil when you got to give those things back at times.
And that's the biggest thing like in dirt, because obviously in NASCAR, if you pass the guy, whether the caution flies, doesn't really matter. The caution flies and you're in front of them, they're going to let you stay. But that's the biggest thing in dirt. Just coming out of the rules a little bit different and how things race on the track. So it kind of makes it unique in itself. But nonetheless, Snook says, you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm going to try that inside lane to take this lead back away from Daniel Vault. He's fighting him on his back bumper. Aiden Young right there taking up a slide job for third place. Deputy falls back a little bit. Nicholas Vickery's going to get up there and battle him. But it's a heated race for the lead right now. Snook low, Vault's high. Who's going to get it?
I think it's Lane is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Daniel here. And, boy, I can't even tell where he might even set up the pass. He's there he goes right there in 1 and 2.
And he got the slide job on him right now. He was able to complete it. Daniel Vault hangs on, but a crisscross move. Is he going to be able to move it inside of him? No. Snook's going to hold on to the lead for right now. Aiden Young right back there in third place. He's got his hands full with Deputy up top, but here comes Vickery.
Oh, yeah, that 3-wide battle there for third is really heated up. We got another
Yellow
caution.
flag. Phil Miller. Like a single car on his end. So let's see what happened to Phil here real quick on a Malcolm Mills replay. As he's right there, and he just got clipped coming out of the turn there and turned her on around. Luckily, nobody else hit him because he's sitting right in the middle of the track. Wow, good job, everybody else out there.
Yeah, just close quarters racing there. It's pretty easy, especially for these cars because they're pretty much maxed out on speed. Just to kind of misjudge a little bit, and it happens from time to time, but it's never good to be on the receiving end of those, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Well, this time Snook's doesn't have to give up anything. He made the pass clean and clear there, so he's going to be out front. Vault's there in second. You got Young sitting in third, Deputy there in fourth, Vickery hanging on to the 5th place spot. See if they push them 2x2, or they're going to let them go single file this time around.
Yeah, we're within 10 to go, so I believe that it'll be single file here.
All right. That's something iRacing dictates or the admins?
I don't know. That'd be a Roger question.
I've always thought it's the admins that dictate the single file, because I just don't see how iRacing could go, well, sure, we'll do one lap this way and the next lap another. But anyway, something to get into later on as green flag flies. Lane Snook out front, though. He's loving the single file, no doubt about it. Doesn't have to push up too much pressure from Vault on the start. But in the meantime, Aiden Young's back there, and that's what actually Snook wants to see. Young get back there and kind of harass Vault a little bit to keep him off his back bumper.
Yeah, you got teammates running second and third there. Let's see if they work together, if they battle it out. I'm pretty sure that I'd battle at this point. You know, we're getting down to it. You got to go.
Gotta go. Time's running out. Like I said, Snook's walking away, but the battle's on for second, third. You got Depiat there who just took it over for the moment. He's up high, Young down low. Vault's hanging on to second, barely there in front of those guys.
Absolutely. Just kind of trading that third spot. One part of the corner looks like Aiden's got it, and looks like Depinit has it, the other half of it. And now Aiden's going to go up top, follow him around, and see if they both clear Daniel there and move into second and third. That's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, Snook's just walking away out front. We've got about 4 to go here. Young falls all the way back to fourth. You got a good battle. Kyle Parker around, but he gets off the track. We saw a little bit right there, but let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay here. See the whole thing. We just saw him kind of backing it into the grass there. Parker just not the night he wants in the midget machines. As he's coming around right now, he's up there on that top side cushion, and he's still pushing it off the turn there. Actually, my replay goes back a little bit further than I'd like, so that's why it takes it just a little bit. Oh, got into the tires, and, well, we said it all night long. Those tires with these cars, they just do not handle very well.
Oh, they don't. They don't like them at all. I think that puts tires 2, Parker 0 for the night.
Good, you're right. Good run, and we saw earlier those old jump trucks. They were able just to roll right over them. You definitely don't want to take the 410s. Might, depending on how you hit them, but you still want to just try to stay off of them.
Yeah, you want no part of them in the 410s. They'll upset the car enough to give you a handful, if not wreck you.
Yeah, we'll have to see as we got 410s coming up here in a few, folks, as we're getting set here. Lane Snook out front. He's loving these single file restarts here because I've always said it really benefits the leader. I mean, not only do they have the advantage of being the leader going when the green or when the pace truck goes, but now they don't have to worry about a car on the inside or outside of them, so they can do pretty much what they want. Going into turn 1 as the green flag flies. Snook out front. Vault's there in second. As they head off into 1, Vault's right there, but you just can't quite close in. He'd love to see. I know Aiden or Depiat right there is going to go on the inside. This is what Snook wants to see, those two battling. A little contact, too.
Yeah, that's definitely what Lane wants to see. Well, that really upset Daniel's car, but he's fighting back now, trying to hold on and get back up to that third.
Yeah, well, Daniel falls all the way back to 6. Gerlach up there to the 4th. Look at this. It's about a 2 and 3 wide battle happening around about second on back. White flag won't matter.
This is going to be big over here in 3 and 4 for third place.
Yeah, we're watching that battle here as they're wrecking in the back, but coming out of turn 4, final time. Who's going to get it? Aiden Young's going to sneak it in there and take it away. But Lane Snook's going to win it here tonight. What a finish to this one here.
Boy, absolutely. What a nice race there.
Wow. Love it. Bringing up a few of these guys here. Don't see Depp yet. There he is. All right.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, Brent, the third place man, Aiden Young here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey,
You
Aiden,
want-
you got a nice podium here again. How'd you do it?
I honestly have no clue.
Well, you kept it pointed in the right direction. That probably is the first part. How treacherous was the track here tonight?
It was treacherous. I couldn't figure out any line that was really working for me.
Did you not be able to figure out a line? Were you just kind of going where they weren't then, or did you at least did you find a little something that kind of got you around the track?
The outside was starting to work for me. I just found it a little too late, I think.
Well, gotcha. Good run here, though. Like I said, another podium. You keep knocking these down. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
I want to thank the South Sports Report. They do a lot for me, and the Inside Groove, the Gambling Motorsports, as always. You guys for broadcasting, of course, Roger for letting me in the league.
Well, great.
And, he did a great job. Imagine if he was racing and he had a clue.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again here, Aiden, and we'll see you here in the 410 race.
Hopefully.
This third place man right there, Aiden Young. Let's get a hold of our second place, Blake Depiet.
Blake, congratulations on a great run there. Take us through it a bit.
Thank you. Yeah, I got in here and practiced right after that Pro 2 lights. I haven't ran a Pro 2 light on a dirt circle here hardly at all. So then getting into those legends, it just felt like I was hauling the mail. I didn't know what was going on, but it felt like I had a nitrous system on or something. I kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit on qualifying. I wasn't as fast as I'd like to have been, but with that inverted, it put me back to fourth in the heat, and I could finish like second in heat 3, so that put me starting sixth there. There was a couple of cautions there I wouldn't have liked to have seen. The one, I know we were like 3 wide for first or second, and it was just a clear shot right around the top, straight into the lead, but that caution decided otherwise, but I still finished second out of it. It wasn't too bad.
Well, if you thought are you racing the 410s?
I was debating whether I wanted to or not. If I get in here, I'm probably going to end up making a fool out of myself, but I'm going to do it anyhow.
I was going to think is, going from the trucks to these 1200cc Yamahas, now jumping into 410, that will seem like a rocket ship for sure.
Yeah. This is not going to be fun, but it will be. But
anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Dirt Panda, all the guys over there, my old team, Wolf Racing, Pierce Engineering, my mom and dad for paying the internet bill, and you guys for having a fantastic league.
Oh, thanks a lot, Blake, and good luck in the next race.
Thank you.
That was Blake, and I can't chuckle like that. Mom and dad were paying the internet bills. That's a good one. Let's bring up Lane Snook, the winner here tonight. Well, Lane, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, back in Victory Lane, pretty much the hometown heroes. We can just say we're going to call it the Lane Snook Heroes race because you're dominating in the series. Good run tonight. How was you feeling in that? I call it the clown car, but that legend machine out there.
I felt pretty good. There was a big bump going into turn 1 that was throwing me off a couple of times, but if I kept the throttle steady around it, I was pretty good.
Well, you looked smooth there. You had a good little battle going on there a little bit with Dan and company up front. Was you a little nervous about trying to get around him?
Not really. I knew I was faster and knew I had time left, so I was just having patience.
Patience is key. Well, I'll tell you what, who you got to thank tonight for a great win here in the Legends machine?
I need to thank Vanderbilt Racing, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Moonin, Fitzy, JP, Layall.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, Powerhouse Motorsports, Wagman Brothers, you guys for the broadcast. Everybody that puts this league on, like Roger, Universal Settlement Service, Jekyll and Howard Associates, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keys Recording Products, Fox's Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge Beef Farm, Snoop Dirt Designs, and the Old Hatchery.
And a partridge and a pear tree. I'll tell you what, the guys got the list down pat. There you go, Lane Snook putting it in Victory Lane and winner here tonight. Again, congratulations, Lane.
Thank you.
Well, folks, I tell you what, don't go anywhere. We still got some more racing. We got the 410 wing sprints coming up here. Everyone, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It all starts with the right house. That's where we come in. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
From finding the perfect house to making it your home, we'll be with you every step of the way. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
All right, folks, back here, getting set here for our warm-up. We're at Gambler Motorsports pre-race show. Roger's running down to get a few guys who to talk to. Now, we got something special going on. Well, it's not really special, but it's like normal every day. Tomorrow night on the GForce Esports, kind of switching it up a little bit. The guys over the Advantage Racing team, they've got a prior commitment coming up tomorrow, so I'm going to be broadcasting the Big Block Modifieds tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited about that. So a little change up. Normally I do the Friday night pro lates here at the GForce, so we're kind of switching nights. You're going to hear the I think it's Sean and company over there doing that one, and I'll be doing tomorrow night with the Big Block. So tune in, GForce Esports. I know it's our network on Facebook, so it'll be a good night of racing as we're getting set here. And like I said, Roger, he's going to get a hold of just a couple drivers. Still here in Gambler Motorsports. Check out Gambler Motorsports on Facebook. And looks like we got Jeffrey Barker, which I mean we're waiting on Roger to jump back up here. he's going to get a word in. I know he had to jump into his little, he get in his little Beetlemobile and run around pit road. You get him up there, Roger?
I got a couple of real cool guys here that are in the league, Joe. I got Jeff Barker and Chris Steele. Chris Steele, the real deal, from races at Oshwegan and does a phenomenal job. But these guys used to race dirt mods, the mini mods together. I wanted them to talk a little bit about the old days.
Yeah, sure. We'd be happy to answer any questions you got, Roger.
So, is that where you met? Was with those? What was it, like the mini mods? I can't remember what they were.
Modified lights, yes.
I'm sorry.
Probably back in 2002 or 3 or so, maybe 4, somewhere around there.
I guess Chris would come down from Canada to your track down in the States.
I think it all started. I was racing. I think it was a dwarf car at the time, and Jeff actually came up to Merrittville with a buddy of his and kind of spanked us for probably a good year or two, and then we stepped up our game. And but yeah, I think it was Jeff that kind of initiated the racing with us. So
hey Roger, Gary, I got an interesting question. And we don't ask it a lot, but I know a lot of viewers probably are interested in. You talk about real racing. Well, I'm just curious, what's the cost to race a car like that? Maybe initially.
Initial buy-in could be, not counting having a trailer, not counting having a truck, not counting having a garage. That's all assumed. But initial buy-in for the car could be, $7,000 to $15,000, depending on what you're buying, and that's if you want to be competitive. You could buy something back of the pack a lot cheaper.
Well, that's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would actually be.
Yeah.
Obviously, once you do tie in the trailer and all that stuff, you can get off high. But I know that's a question a lot of people are always in the back of their mind, always thinking, well, you go real racing, and yeah, I know it costs no matter what. But I just put it in perspective of, because everybody brings sim racing and real racing. What's the cost difference? Well, you can spend $10,000 and $50,000 on some sim equipment. But if you're going to do that, you might as well go real racing in my picture, my book anyway. So.
And I'd like to ask Chris, because Chris is one of the top runners up at Oshwegan Speedway. What does it cost you to run 360s roughly, Chris?
I'm definitely a low budget guy at Oshwegan. It's quite evident. But the car I run, I bought the chassis for $1,000 maybe 4 years ago. I'm still using the same one. Motors are what kill you, though. I'm in the middle of building another motor, and I'm probably going to have $30,000 into it.
So that's about right. That's about average then, yeah.
So $30,000 for the car or the motor, and you're looking a good 15 to 20 for a proper car roller.
So I think the big thing needs to be mentioned here is, Chris is an independent driver for the most part. He has support and all that, but he's up against some really big teams at Oshwegan, some teams that have a lot of money behind them. And I think Chris is one of the greatest drivers out there. He won a feature not last year, the year before. He won a feature early in the season, and he's up against these big teams and just does a phenomenal job and just proves what kind of driver he is. And we're really proud to have both these guys in our league, and it's a real privilege. Well, I can't wait to see Chris Steele, the real deal, up at Oshwegan. It won't be too long now. We just got to get through this last hump, and can't wait to see it back on the track, Chris, on the real track.
And two, you was talking about those cars and all that. We're all sitting here talking about the price, and I know a lot of people are like, Two, you got to look. That's where the sponsors come in too, and that's where that people don't understand. Those sponsors play a huge, huge part. And being able to make that stuff happen.
Yeah,
if you have
absolutely.
sponsors. I just say.
Mainly my season is definitely dictated on how much sponsorship I get. Just because I can't be tossing around money like some of those other teams are. So
you didn't win the lottery. You don't have like millions in the bank.
Exactly. I'm just a normal guy. I got a job and a house and a car and whatever. So I got my bills to pay. So my sponsors, they definitely help out.
And that's inspirational, Chris. I like that you mentioned that because that really throws in the question of can an average person go out and race? Yeah, I mean obviously you need those sponsors and all, but there you go, folks. It doesn't matter the situation, and you don't just got to be a single person or whatever to get it done. You can be a family man and still go racing.
Yeah. Like I said, I am fortunate enough to have some really good sponsors behind me that do help me out a ton. So if it wasn't for them, I'd be in the stands watching. So
hey, Chris, before you go, because I think they're flipping over to qualify. How about you we always ask people sponsoring in this. How about you mention some of those sponsors that have been so good and helpful for you in getting you on the track?
Yeah, so there's a bunch here. We got Current Air Systems. They're kind of my main sponsor. Fleet Contracting, TriStar Forming, DA Drywall, Build Your Stove Slinger, Safaro Stucco, Gulfy Concrete, who's been with me for a long time, FM Carpentry, KB Contracting. So they all pitch in. You could probably build a house with all my sponsors. So that's kind of where they all come from. But yeah, they're really helpful.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And I know I was racing one night with Don Dory, I think it was, and I said, "Oh, you got a paint job like Chris Steele's," and I guess is he one of your crew or related to you? I can't remember what the deal is there.
Yeah, so he's my brother-in-law, and he actually he's a supervisor at a Lasani Homes. So he's actually the one that gets me all the sponsors. So really, when it comes down to it, if it wasn't for my brother-in-law Don, I'd be in the stands. So kudos to him and all the effort he puts in for my race program.
Well, my previous home was a Lasani home, and it was an awesome home. So kudos to him as well from my perspective. But I better let you guys go, and let's put on a good show tonight, and we'll be pulling for you for sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. That's our Gamble Motorsports pre-race show. Had some great drivers there. Some good insight on what it takes for real racing as opposed to sim racing here. But when the VRM Wraps here qualifying session and you want to look good on the track, check these guys out at VRM Wraps on Facebook. They got a lot of great looking machines here in these 410 wing sprints. I want to give a shout out to iRacing League Manager for our standings, as the proud sponsor there for our standings here. And if you run a league, own a league, check them out at iRacingLeagueManager.com. Roger, that was a good talk right there, but really just gave a really good a lot of good info on real racing as opposed to sim racing. And again, I'll take it back to that. You can wrap a lot of money up in sim racing, but obviously to go real racing, you can do the same. But then again, still not too bad. I mean, like what John was saying there a minute ago. The amount he's got, so it's not too bad to go racing. I think Roger fell asleep.
No, I was down trying to get those guys back in their race because they're busy trying to drive, and I don't think they had 8 hands to get it down, so I was trying to get it down. So I was out of the room, man.
That's fine, man. Well, I was just saying there was some good insight there to what it takes in real racing as opposed to sim racing. And I've always said that sim racing, you can spend as much as you want, and as little as you want, but and now on average, when I say that a lot, really on average though, you're still going to drop right at under $1,000, maybe to get started even sim racing, because you got to count in the computer or if you want to go console side, and then obviously wheel, pedals, and whatever rig you want to build, if you want to build it or you want to buy one. So once even if you go on the budget side, you're still going to have that kind of money, and that don't even include if you go on the high end side. Like I said before, some of these guys can get $5,000-$10,000 easily in a rig setup. So you can kind of see how it compares to real racing.
Yeah, it's kind of like they started out with those dwarf cars and the mini mods, and then like I say, Chris, I got so much respect for Chris. He goes up against those big guns, and I think he
Does
lost
it
a
for
motor
fun.
lost a motor a couple of years ago, and that was his season. It was he won a feature early on, which was huge, and then he blew a motor, and it wasn't in the budget for another one. Where some of those big teams, they just grab the other motor that's in the trailer, and they're racing the next night or later that night. So yeah, it's kudos to those guys, and it's just same with iRacing in a way on a smaller scale. But you start out small with a single screen, and then you got triples or VR, and then you got the pedals. And then ultimately, when you get to the big leagues, you got an Icon Sim Sports rig and a custom-made rig, and that's like driving, a 360 or a 410 or a NASCAR car. You've gone to the big leagues.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it kind of, a lot of guys over the years, in the same way like in real racing, they, kind of grow and add on, and like you said, next thing you know, boom, you got all this equipment. You're looking back going, wow. So it is interesting to see as we're getting set here to go green flag racing. Our Icon Sim Sport hometown heroes here tonight. It's been an interesting night. We kicked it off with the jump trucks earlier on. I mean, those Pro 2 light machines, fun race. Then we had the legend cars out here, and now we got the big boys, the 410 wing sprints. About to get it done here tonight. Looking forward to these because these things, they pretty much they just go around here and dominate the track. But here we go, Heat Race 1, A&J Custom Creations Heat Race 1, and we've talked about it 100 times. A&J Custom Creations, Andy Patton over there does an outstanding job with all his work. Check it out on GForce RL and over on A&J Custom Creations on Facebook. As who we got on the grid tonight?
Wow, on the poll, we just spoke to him. Enjoyed all his information. Jeff Barker from Brewerton, New York. And on his outside, an Ash Weekend regular, at least in the stands, drives all the way from Cornwall, which is about 3 or 4 hour drive, at least that much. Jeff Flero. Then row 2, we got coast to coast. We got Kyle Parker on the right coast, New York State, and Donovan Ross from Washington State, and Steven Spees, Dan McLaren, and Barry Goldner, and Chris the Real Deal Steele.
I actually got to talk to both of those, so they're in the heat race number 1 here. So let's see how these guys fare here and see what happens. Like I said, Barker out front. I'm going to lead them around with Flero right there along with it. Kyle Parker and company. Here we go. It's set to go green flag. 410 wing sprints here, folks. A&J Custom Creations Heat Race number 2. Like what you see, hit those likes and shares out there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let us know how it sounds and looks to you. As always, pace trucks pulling around. Green flag's about to fly. Takes a little bit. Pace truck's slow.
These guys will be a little bit faster than we've been watching tonight.
And well, this should be an open setup in these, so that's another thing we got.
They're fixed, Joe.
Oh, okay.
They're fixed.
Well then, hey, there we go. Kind of even playing field. Even when it's fixed, though, they got enough power, they can sling these things in a turn just like that. We already see one car up into the wall, a couple cars up there, but look at this battle for the lead. Donovan Ross down low with the slide job. Jeffrey Barker, excuse me. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Baker for, but Barker up top. I ain't said it in a while. Boy, crisscross move slide jobs. That's the thing you're going to see with these. You're going to be able to just slide them tooth and nail. That do-si-do move roundabout here. Out front, Ross is leading it. You got to be kidding me. Barker goes off the track. He just got shot up the wall right there. Chris Steele's battling it out long side by side with Spees. That's for the third and fourth place spot.
Yeah, and if you look at that car of Chris Steele, that is a knockoff of his 360 car.
Nice. Good-looking machine, too, out there. He's in a good slide job battle on the inside there with the man of Speeds looking in third, still hanging on to the last transfer spot. Kyle Parker outside looking in. Flero just nailed the wall early as Dan McLaren almost got up into the wall there a little bit, blinked some. So far, Donovan Ross, he's just walking away from this one. That fourth place is the closest battles. Kyle Parker, does he have enough to move in up there? He's trying to run him down on the backside.
And it's been a good run between Speeds and Steele. Steele's been trying everything to get around him.
Yeah, just going to run out of time, I think, right here. As they come across checkered flag, it's going to be all Donovan Ross in this one here, as Chris Steele's going to hang on to the 4th place and final transfer spot. Good run, good action. Like you said, fast and furious with these guys. Are going to head us off in the heat race number 2. Howard Hanna Real Estate, the #1 family-owned and operated independent broker in the U.S. Scott Hurwitz and company over there doing big things in the commercial and residential real estate agency for many, many years. So if you do anything, real estate-wise, if you're looking to sell, buy, rent, check those guys out at Howard Hanna Real Estate. They will definitely get you fixed up and on the right track. Who we got out here on the grid tonight?
We got a couple of guys that are 3rd and 4th in the standings. So the Moores, father and son, on the pole, Brian Moore Sr., who is in 4th place, trying to chase his son. John Hine is on his outside. John's been in the booth all night. He's got the suit on now and strapped in and ready to go. And then we've got one of our top dogs, and you'll be seeing him next week, the Renegades, Kyle Moonen. And he's got Brian Moore Jr. On the outside. Then Josh Gerlach, Terry Landis, Ryan Carlisi, and Patrick Spangler. Ryan's a new guy.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan and Patrick did not grid up either.
Maybe they're shy.
They're shy, yeah, that's it. They're going to try the consolation. They're going to try to run it the long way here. Green flags about to fly. Heat race number 2, Howard Hanna Real Estate. Here we go, John Hine and company out front. Dropped the hammer there. I always say that boat machine. TrueShopFW.com right there. He's going on the inside. Looks like he got the speedboat rolling and contact. And that sent Brian Moore to the back. Kyle Moonen moves it up in a second.
And the two Moores chasing each other down. And if they don't race each other clean, that could be trouble in the household for the week.
Absolutely. You got Junior, Senior right there along with it. And it looks like Senior's got the better half of it. He's in 3rd, but Junior's hanging on the 4th. Problem is he's got Gerlach all over his back tail thing, trying to see if he can't take it away from him. I don't know if they're going to work together up there to keep those two guys behind him, or we're going to see if Josh's going to be able to sneak up there and put a slide move on the inside of him before this one's over.
There's some, the transfer spots, it's still up for grabs. You can see Gerlach is chasing him down.
Yeah, it is right there. He is on his back bumper right there, trying to see if he can't close it in. Though if old Brian Moore Jr. makes a little bit of mistake, Gerlach will be right there all over him. In the meantime, Kyle Moonen, he is running down on the back end. Now John Hine, last couple weeks here in these 410s has really showed up, showing what he can do. I think he's starting to really feel comfortable behind the wheel of the 410. So right now he's out front. Final time, final turn. He comes out of it. Kyle Moonen tries, not going to get it done. John Hine's going to put it in victory lane. Brian Moore Jr. is going to hang on to that final transfer spot here for Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat Race 2. That puts us in our Heat Race number 3 here. Coast to Coast Racing Team as a huge part of the GForce Racing League since the inception. And they are a huge driving team from coast to coast with the U.S. and Canada. Who we got on the grid here tonight for our Heat Race number 3?
Before we jump to that, big shout out to the professor, John Hine, with that victory there. It was good to see him grab that. And heat number 3, we got one of his teammates, Zach Chapman from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on the inside on the pole, and Blake Definet on the outside. Row 2 has Blake Chapman, no relation, and the mayor, Lane Snook, on the outside. I'm not sure if Chris Schaefer, I don't think, gridded. And we've got Andrew Smith, GJ Boydell, and Aiden Young.
Apologize, folks, got my mouth full. Roger told me to go eat something, so I picked up a piece of chicken.
I told you to eat some chicken too.
Yeah, I told he asked me early on in the warm-up. He said, I told him, I said, I'm getting tired, man. My tail's starting to hurt. I'm sitting here so long. He goes, well, have you ate? And I said, no, I had a cookie. He said, what? He said, go get some chicken. So my wife brought me some I call them chicken on a stick. It's basically a Chinese restaurant. That's what it is. So teriyaki chicken on a stick. Yeah.
That's different. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, Joe.
Chicken. I mean, that's what I call it. Chicken on a stick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Anyway, here we go. Green Flag Flash. Depping head out front. Zach Chapman sitting in second lane. Snook right there. But I'll tell you what, keep an eye on that young man. He won the Legends Machines earlier. And right now, he is tearing it up. But he loves that high lane, too. But, boy, he got the door closed on him. And then he says, you know what, guys? Forget about it. You want to slam a door up top? I'm going to take it down low because we just saw the front two guys wreck.
That was a wild move. The lane that kind of got cut out there, and then the next thing you know, he was sliding himself into second place.
Yeah, it was. He went up high, got the door slammed on him, lost a little momentum. Next thing you know, those two guys in front of him got together. He slung it down low, and then now he's finding himself here in second. But Depiette, the man out front right now. Andrew Smith hanging on to third. Aiden Young's battling it out with old G.J. Boydell. They got that fourth place spot. Those two are at it.
And we had a battle going there for third, but Aiden grabbed a bit of the wall. He's a high runner. He'll always run that rim, so sometimes he gets himself in trouble up there.
And you're going to see that a lot more with these cars. They're going to push that cushion all the way up against the wall, so by the time the night's over with, they're going to be up there banging off that right rear tire right off the different wall here at Cedar Lake. So Depiette's still out front, but boy, Snook has run him down. White flags, he got enough time to get it done. They're both up top. One more time, two more turns. I don't think Snook's got enough momentum. Depiette's going to be able to come out of four and win it here for the Heat Race 3, the coast-to-coast racing team. Aiden Young is going to hang on to the fourth place final transfer spot. What a run this one was.
Yeah, that was a real good run, and I think, like we said, that these are fixed setups, but as this track wears in, boy, it really separates
no consolation
men from the boys. I think we're in.
No, we're in warm-up. We didn't have a consolation. Wow. So there we go. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I think I think the guy that set this race up might have screwed something up.
Well, yeah, because usually we run into the B main, but no B main. So we're straight in warm-up, which is the Icon Sim Sports intermission warm-up. So sorry about that, folks. Kind of surprised me just a little bit. I was waiting for our B main to pop up. I will still give a SBGC 3D printing there for the B main shout out. But Icon Sim Sport intermission, iconsimsports.com. We've mentioned it a couple times, and we'll mention a couple more. If you're looking for a rig that's going to set apart from a lot of the others, that's going to fit you and make you just look good and definitely feel like in a real race car, check out iconsimsports.com. We're here with the GForce Racing League. Everything you need to know, check them out at GForceRL.com. A world of information there on the website about the league here at the GForce Racing League. Justy Sick iRacing Photos. You want to look good, man, go check out Justy Sick's iRacing Photos. And as always, we're live tonight on the GForce Esports here on YouTube. And 4 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Check them out here at the GForce Esports on YouTube. And also tonight here on iRacing Live and OSRnetwork on YouTube. Well, Roger, I tell you, gonna watch a quick ad right flash. We'll be right back here in a few, and then maybe we'll get a word with some drivers. We'll be right back here in a few, folks.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from rivals in GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
Alright, we're back, race fans, and I tell you what, about to grid these guys up here. Feature time tonight, Icon Sim Sports. Feature tonight for the Hometown Heroes. As we got a good field here, and 24 drivers. I know we were a little confused on why the B main didn't fly, but yeah, with 24 drivers, it still should have.
Yeah, I'll be checking that out as soon as we're done here, Joe.
Yeah, either way, got a good field here though. Going to start us off.
Yeah, and we got next week we got the Raiders A division. We got a bunch of those guys in this race here, and right at the front we got Devo, Donovan Ross, and on his outside John Hine, two of the top dogs from that division. Row 2 we got Blake Depinette and Dan McLaren, and then Kyle Moonen, who's he's won championships with us, and Lane Snook, who's obviously won championships too, and their teammates, Stephen Spees and Brian Moore Sr., Andrew Smith and the real deal Chris Steele, Brian Moore Jr., and Aiden Young. And then from Spartan Racing, we got Kyle Parker, and from Dizzy Motorsports, Josh Gerlach. And GJ Boydell and Jeff Flair, boy, they've been finding themselves beside each other. A couple of the old Oshweekend posse before our league ever formed.
Nice.
And then we got Surfer Man, Terry Landis and Blake Chapman, Barry Goldner, and I'll let you take it away, Joe.
Yeah, because we've got to talk about 4 of them didn't grid up here, unfortunately, but the green flag flies out front. Donovan Ross and company up there. You've got John Hine, got a good battle going on here with Brian Moore. Look at this, 4 wide right there around about the mid-pack. That's crazy, and these guys, they can run 4 wide and get away with it. It's just amazing. They can. A lot of them, it gets a little scary moment there for them, though, but in the meantime, Ross is moving on out here. You got John Hine hanging on the second. He's way up there on the top side cushion. As you got Depinette right there sitting in second. I have to kind of slow down when I say his name. If not, I'm going to mess it up. He's down low, trying to move a slide job on him. He does. It makes it complete. Well, never mind. 3 wide. Here comes Snook down low. He's joining the party.
And then, there's a hornet's nest behind them, too. It's there's some great drivers out here, that's for sure. And as this track wears in, it's just going to get crazy.
Never mind. John Hine takes the lead. Look at this battle. There's 4 and 5 wide almost. Snook's there in second. Ross moves out of the way going, where in the world did all these guys come from? They're just out of the woodwork, like you said.
Again, I'll go back to, the amazing thing here, Joe, is looks like maybe we got, no, they recovered. We got, these are all fixed machines. So it's amazing, the talent we got out here. And the cream rises to the top always. Oh,
Donovan Ross right there got a little contact. He's up into the wall. So, and Lane Snook crashes. Oh, man. Didn't see that one coming. Let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay. John Hine got a run coming off the turn right there. But Snook was up high on the cushion. And then John Hine looks like he just... Hey, maybe the car just kind of slowed up and too much momentum by Snook, nowhere to go. And Snook just destroyed that car in the back end of him. So it looks like John's car just kind of, I don't know what happened there. It came out of the turn and all of a sudden just slowed up. And the closing rate that Snook had, nothing he could do with these cars. So they just don't turn almost like ice on the dirt. So... unfortunately, the man who's been dominating the series right there not going to be winning this one here tonight.
Well, it is 30 laps, and cautions don't count. So I predict he'll be up near the front before it's over. And I'm not saying he's going to win, but he'll be up there pressing him. It's just amazing.
No, he done.
The way he races.
I think he logged out. Or he's back. No, he's in pits. There he is. He's coming back out.
Oh, that'll make it tough.
All right, well, he's coming back out of the pits, and we see it right there. So we'll don't know if it put him a lap down or not. Boy's going to have his hands full. I mean, I'm with you. You still got a little time to get it done, but it's an uphill battle. I mean, yeah, he's got 23 laps to get it done. What's that to see? He's going to need some help up front here, though. John Hine gets a good jump again. Here comes Depiette down on the inside. Kyle Moonen, though, coming into the picture here in that third place spot.
Oh,
yellow flag.
Another
got a big one in the back.
And
Zach Chapman.
I think Snook is on the same lap, so that's one bullet dodged anyways.
Watch this replay here. Malcolm Mills replay. You got Zach Chapman and company. Oh, it was a huge one in the back there. Those guys got all together. Chapman was, he got spun around a little bit right there, was able to hang on to it. That just basically was just a fire sale happening back there in the back of the pack. And you talk about Snook, he's up to 18th, maybe 16th or so. Definitely got time to be able to get up here. He's going to need a little help. And when I say help, he's probably going to have to pass some cars, maybe hope for a yellow, pass a few more cars until he gets way up front into a position that he's comfortable with. And never mind, he's back on pit road again, Snook is. Not quite sure why. Looks like he's not coming off pit road this time. I think his night's done.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Unfortunate there. But it happens really quick here on the dirt side. Green flag flies. John Hind out front company-wise. Right, but he's got Depiette right there on his back end. Throws a slider on the inside, not able to complete it. Kyle Moonen's there along with it. Yellow flag. And not sure what the yellow flag was.
The one problem here, Joe, is that, the 410s, these guys run a lot of 360s and that, but anybody in the league can run these 410s, and you might have a few guys, especially towards the back, because this track slicks off. 410s are a handful to begin with, and then you put it on a skating rink, and it's all about the egg under the gas pedal and just take it real easy.
Yeah. All right, folks, I was wondering what the yellow flag was there for. I saw Snook came out of pit road, but then he went back on into the pits, so. For sure. Somebody threw one of your Pabst Blue Ribbon cans out on the track there, Roger.
Yeah, might have been.
Single file start here. We got John Hind out front. Got that fast speedboat here tonight. He always says if you're looking for some good vacation time, and everything should be opening up. So definitely get your vacations booked up for your cruises. Hines out front, Deputy's there in second, Kyle Moonen, he's hanging to third, Speeds up to fourth. Boy, you got some heavy hitter names there, but Donovan Ross down low, battling it out up front here with these 410 wing sprints.
Yeah, keep your eye on Moonen and Speeds. Those guys are movers and shakers, and they're running 3-4.
Yes, they are. I mean, it's just a who's name up here at the front. Ross right there in sixth. Blake Chapman. I haven't even talked about him all night long, but sneaking it up there in the 5th place spot.
Chapman has really added a gear and
around.
No,
that was our leader.
Yeah, that was John Hine.
Yeah, let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay. He had a big lead too there. I got a feeling caught the wall. Yeah, I was about to say it, and yeah, sure enough, right there, just caught the wall. Wow, that, as a driver, how does that make you feel, Roger? You're out there, because you got a pretty big lead. The next thing you know, you just kind of make a mistake on the track.
We could go down and ask him, Joe, but I don't think it would be a good idea.
No, I mean, yeah, I always talk about mental mistakes. I talk about mental mistakes on my NASCAR side of things a lot, and the biggest thing being is pit stops is usually the big key with those. But here in dirt racing, hitting your marks, and if you're going to run that high line on the cushion, you see how close it is to the wall. Got to know that that wall can jump out there and bite you, and you've got to be mindful of it. So you definitely got to keep a good mental state here.
Yeah, it's it's bad enough if you don't hit your marks and you're at the back, but when you're at the front like that, that's demoralizing, and that's a tough pill to swallow for sure.
On double foul, Deputy out front, Kyle Moonen there with him, Spees, Blake Chapman moving it up. Now Blake Chapman is not in a candy bar tonight, is he? No, can't really tell.
Yeah, that's a rare.
No, he's not. He's not in a. He's in something different. Not sure who it is, but caution looks like Brian Moore.
Coming out of 4.
Brian Moore Jr. Excuse me, Senior. And he just got a little contact from behind. Trying to hang on to it, and then just couldn't hang on to it. Almost had it saved. Yeah, I was just wondering, Blake Chapman, he's got to do with Thunder. I see the top says Thunder.
Yeah, I can't quite make it out.
I ain't either.
But he has he's really cranked it up a notch. He was he joined the league. He was running in our Rebels B division, running good, and then he's moved up to the Renegades. And you think he'd be moving around at the back for the first season, but he's been out front leading some races. I think last week he was in the top 3 right up to the end. So just kudos to him. He's really upped his game.
Good run so far, like I just said. Kyle Mooner, the man out front right now. Deputy right there in second. Spees in third. Was talking about Chapman. He's hanging on to 4th. Oh boy, single file start. See what happens here is Pace Truck's about to pull off 410 wing sprints here tonight. Icon Sim Sports Hometown Heroes. As that Pace Truck's moving around, going to come out of turn 3 and 4 here. Let these guys set sail. Green flag. Moonen drops the hammer. We're racing.
I just caught the corner of my eye there. John Hine was on the track and just pulled off just before that start.
Yeah, not sure. When he got up there, and just unfortunate, I think he sees he's not going to be able to come through this field. It's very tough to pass and get through this field. Need a lot of help to do it. Right now, you see single file, kind of nose the tail tank up front. You got Deputy all over the back end of Moon and Spees right there with Blake Chapman. 3 and 4, all the action's happening around about the 6 and 7th place spot. Donovan Ross, Aiden Young. In the meantime, though, Deputy says, I want that top yellow flag.
Still.
Yep.
That's what the third caution coming out of 4. Something's going on in, in 3
and 4, huh? Let's
Yeah.
watch Malcolm Mills replay here and see it. Got a car, it blinked back there on Chris Steele. And when it blinked, it came back. And then I got to give Steele credit. That was a beautiful top spin on his top. He probably could have towed the car a little sooner. That might have saved the caution. I think I might have saw it there. He towed it after the caution.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, well, you sit there for a while, and I was going to say, towed the car, because there wasn't none of caution there for a minute. So, man, slow the pace down. I know. Helps out some of the guys in the back. But I know the guys up front are like, I just want to get away from all these guys.
Yeah,
Here we
there's
go.
some big names at the back now.
Yeah, we do. And it's just so hard to pass. I mean, it's just so hard to get through the field. I mean, and again, with the caution, though, slowing the pace down, that too makes it even difficult. So if you do have a good car that you maybe can come through the front, you're going to need those long green flags to see if you can't even get it going to move to the front of this one. Is right now it's all Kyle Moon, and you've got Steven Spees moving it up here. Jepiette moved all the way back to third.
Yeah, Spees has put it in another gear. He's really moving on that inside track there.
Yes, it is right there. Jepiette, though, takes it on the inside of him. Here you go, slide job move to the inside. Spees is going to try it. Blake Chapman's got other plans up top, though. He is hung up in that top side cushion for a moment. Right behind him, you've got there Gerlach and Young. Oh, yeah. Like I said, you got some who's who names. Yellow flag. Looks like Brian Moore Sr. around in the back. Let's see what happens here to him. As Malcolm Mills, like another car just got a little bit loose. And then Brian Moore almost at the inside tire was able to hold it. All right, who's going to pull this thing off up here? It's been close.
You know what? I'm looking. I'm liking Moonin. I know Moore Jr.'s up there, and he's high up in the points and a good runner. But I like Moonin's chances.
Yeah, I'm with you. Here we go. It's set back green. It's been all Kyle Moonin up front so far.
Yeah, we see that regularly on Monday nights. I think he was running for the championship until right up till the final night. So he is definitely should be where he is.
Pace trucks in, green flag flies. We're back racing here. All Kyle Moonin out front so far, though. They go single file right now. What a good drive there.
Looks like it's the top that's working right now. Bottom might come in before it's over, but those guys that are running that high line are really holding their own.
Yeah, it is. Mooner right there. It's got the high lane, and you saw Depiette slip just a little bit, allowed Chapman to move up on his back end. Here comes Steven Spees on the inside, so now we got a 3-cart battle for second, third, and on back. Blake Chapman, oh man, he had the outside, got the door closed. We watched that one live, and he just got shot to the moon.
Yeah, if he would have had the candy car, they would have been all over the track there.
Yeah. Ouch.
Again, you know what? People can still vote for the pick the paint for the their favorite Legends paint job. Just go to GForceRL.com and the HomeTown Heroes page, and you can vote there. Again, all our information is on our website, GForceRL.com. You can find all our divisions, all the information, our rules. It's all there, one-stop shopping.
There you go. Like you said, GeForce RL, he just mentioned it. You can find out all the information about the league and the special events coming up here for the HomeTown Heroes. Been all Kyle Moonen here tonight for the Icon Sim Sports HomeTown Heroes race here for the 410 wing sprint. He's got the Depiette right there behind him with Spees. They've had a shot at him, but it's just, I gotta go back. If we can get this last 5, let's say the last 5 goes green, they might be able to get up there and do something with Moonen. Green flag flies. We're back at it again. Kyle Moonen gets another good jump out front. Depiette there in second. Steven Spees, he's on the third, excuse me, folks. And Aiden Young right there on the bottom side.
Yeah, and it's you need those constant laps to get that flow going, just to get your cadence back, especially if you're trying to run low. It's really, really hard to maintain, and really, I guess, high too, just to hit your marks and not hit that wall. You're just coming so close, you need to get in that groove.
And you're talking about it right there. You can see Depiette right there almost getting the groove on the inside. And meantime, Spees was able to capitalize on a little bit of slip. White flag won't matter. They can kill himself on the track now. There will be no caution. It's over with here. Moonen's got a good lead going into 3 and 4. It looks like he's going to be able to hang on to it, but boy, Depiette throws it on the inside, coming out of it to the line. Moonen's going to win it. Depiette in second. Steven Spees going to bring her home in third.
That was, we had our problems towards the back, but boy, those guys at the front really had a good fight all race long there.
Yes, it was. I was going to bring some of these guys up here and get a word with them. What a race, what a finish here, and what a night so far it has been for these for the HomeTown Heroes here. All right, so we've got Spees and company. Bring up Steven Spees, third place man.
Hey, Steven, how was it out there?
It was slick. It was at times it felt like it was maybe a little bit above my pay grade. Too many cautions, so it takes me 2 or 3 laps to really get settled in. So it was pretty rough on me tonight, but happy with where I finished, certainly.
Sure, and we were talking about that. It takes a while to get the cadence and get into the groove, and it makes it a lot harder. That's for sure.
Well, no doubt. I know. It just trying to find a line that would work, and it seemed like there was nothing other than that very top of bouncing around on that cushion tonight. I know there towards one of those late cautions, I slid up track a bit. Somebody got me in the rear. Hopefully, I felt like I was clean and got in front of them. Probably just speed differential or something. So apologies if that was on me. But other than that, all in all, pretty good race.
Anybody you'd like to thank there, buddy?
Yeah, always got to thank Epsilon Sprint Wraps, thank the team Gambler Motorsports, and Midwest Turbo and Performance. Anybody looking for, street performance, blowers, turbos, EFI systems, anything like that, go check it out, mtpturbo.com.
Okay, and we'll look forward to seeing you here next week, not only in the 410s, but the Renegades are in town, and I know you're one of the top runners there. So good run tonight, and good luck next week.
Later.
There you go. That's your third place man, Steven Spees, as we're looking for our second place man here tonight, Depiet.
Congratulations, Blake. Good run there.
Thank you. That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was Steven Spees had just said about, with all the cautions, it's just hard to get into the flow and get something going there. But how did you find it out there?
Well, I won my heat, so that put me starting third, which was on the bottom. And when I got off the track at warm-up, I'm like, oh, sweet. There's a nice liner on the bottom, and guys are going to have their lane up top, and we'll mind our own P's and Q's, and that's that. Well, then I grid up, and I'm like, oh, there's no bottom left. What am I going to do now? So I just got right up on the top there, and, man, I took the lead probably about lap 15 or 16 for one lap, which it didn't even count on iRacing, which that doesn't make me happy. But Kyle got around me, and then that was just game over after that. Within the last 15 laps there, I was getting a little throttle happy. Sometimes not aggressive, other times, and then I was trying to pull slider lines and trying to gain some speed off the corner, and that really didn't work either.
Well, once you get behind Kyle, it's never an easy job to get back up around him.
No, I had him once, and the caution came out right before I crossed the line. I'm like, crap. Now I got to go back to second.
Yeah, we've talked about that earlier tonight in the broadcast about how iRacing scores it when cautions don't count. But a good run nevertheless, buddy. And anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, I want to thank Dirt Panda, my old team, Wolf Racing, Pierce Engineering, Level Aero Podcast, Dirt Kings Racing League. The list just goes on. And once again, my mom and dad for paying the electric bill. Or the internet bill.
Well, they probably pay the electric bill too, so it's all good. It all works for sure, man. So good luck and good night tonight, that's for sure.
Well, thank you.
There we go, Blake Depiet right there, putting in victory lane here tonight with this guy, Kyle Moon and Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
I moved you out, Joe, by mistake.
I see that. Kyle, you got Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Yep.
All right, Moon. Well, I tell you what, you got out front. And you was able to hold on to it there a couple times. A little edgy. Was you a little worried earlier in the race?
Yeah. Well, I kind of got there, for a minute, but I was just waiting on it to slick off. I could, tell quite a few of them were, which me included, was overdriving it. So once, I got more laps in and calmed down and slowed down a little bit, it started clicking.
Well, I'll tell you what, you were able to keep your momentum up there. So what's the difference in driving these things and maybe the other cars? So did you feel, comfortable on the track, or, seeing anything that maybe was changing throughout the race?
They're quite a bit faster. It's quite a bit more to control for sure. I'm still not that comfortable in these, not near as much as the 360. It's a little bit harder to keep the car straight and keep the tires under it. But once you slow down a little bit, it helps. Like those cautions, there at the end were killing me because it was taking me 2 or 3 laps to get going and get moving.
Well, you were able to hang on and put in victory lane there. Kyle Mooner tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Just all the guys at Vanderbilt. Can't thank them enough. And Ross at Velocity Race Designs, and Roger and everyone for the league, and you guys for the broadcast.
Well, I'll tell you what, as always. What's that?
I called Kyle. I think it was in the early laps. That was my prediction that Kyle would then. So he didn't let me down. Way to go, Kyle. I wish I was a betting man here. Could have made some money tonight.
I know, right? We need to get that what's it called, that gambling thing going for GForce. So
there you go.
So all right, appreciate it, guys.
Awesome run tonight there. Kyle Moonen putting it in victory lane. Well, what a night here tonight it was, Roger, to cap out the Icon Sim Sports Hometown Heroes series here. So a good one. Started off with the trucks, legends, and then we ended up with the 410s. Got anything final on it?
Yeah, it was a big night tonight and a big night next week. Looking forward to, Autism Awareness Week, and we got some great, we got the 305s back in town, the Hometown 305s, the 410s, and the Renegades A division, and they will definitely put on an awesome show, and it'll be looking forward to that one as well.
Absolutely. Well, folks, tune in then. Until next time, everyone, have a good night.